It is your Wednesday night sports delight, the platform sports talk show. As you see, 2021, the fellas are back. It's your boy Smooth.
And Stanton, baby.
And of course, Bunny.
When it's
What's up,
about
buddy?
sports,
It becomes our business. Mm,
It does. It does
mm.
indeed. And business has indeed picked up on today. It has.
yes,
You
it
know
Oh,
why
it has.
has.
business is booming today? You know why? You know why?
Why? Why is that?
Shout
Why is
out to
business
my
booming?
soror. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. It's our Founders Day. So
Happy
business
Founders
is
Day.
because of us.
Get it, get it, get it. Happy Founders Day to you, to all. Hey, you know what? Go ahead, Bunny, for that one time. Go ahead and do y'all call. Go ahead and do it.
Hold
I'm
on,
not
wait,
gonna hurt
wait,
you.
wait.
I
I
ain't gonna
gotta
hurt
turn
your
my
ears
volume
too.
down. I gotta
I ain't
turn
gonna
my
hurt your
volume
ears too
down.
much.
See? There we go. There we go. That was
I'm gonna
moderate and
hurt your
and,
ears too
and
much this
appreciated.
time.
He said, and appreciate it. That's what's up. And shouts out to Miss Williams. She says, hi, Fred, hi, Stan, hi, Bunny.
Hey, Miss
Hey, Miss Williams, how you
Williams.
doing?
Yes, it is a pleasure to have each and every one of y'all here, 2021 style. Speaking of which, shouts out to Bunny for holding down another great Ladies Night edition last week.
Thank you
Yes.
for letting you all be in the back. Us ladies got the front. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, we do what we can when we can. You know what I'm saying? so,
We do what we do when we can do it, how we are supposed to do
Oh, here you go. See,
oh,
see,
hey,
you
it.
don't
That's
you
it. That's all I
doing too
had.
much.
no,
That's all I had.
see,
That's
it's
all I
like,
First,
had.
first show of
Is
the
this
year,
too
and this
much?
is what you do. Come on
all
now.
right, so
Is
look,
this too much?
check it out. It's like DMX. We do what we can because we can do what we do.
Stop. 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 No.
Again, first show of the year for y'all. This is how we do it, really.
Wait, you said what, buddy?
It's 2021. Y'all first show of the year, and this is how we gonna bring it in with y'all. This is how we do. We doing what we
This is
doing too.
how we
Can't
do
do it, y'all.
it.
How we undo? We
This
gonna
is
do it
how we
again.
do
I mean,
it.
really?
Hey.
Oh
This is how we do. Sha
Uh,
na na
uh,
na
uh,
na
uh,
na na na.
gosh. That's all I can do is just look at this foolishness, like, and listen to it.
Yeah, baby. The fellas are back.
and love it.
Oh,
Oh
not the
Lord.
special mic.
Oh
What
God.
happened?
Oh God. Hey, he remind me of Doris Burke. Doris Burke doing the NBA Finals with the special microphone in her hand.
Exactly. Exactly what he is doing.
LeBron, a great game. No, let me stop.
There you go.
Hey, but
I'm
real
having way too
quick
much
to
fun.
everyone watching right now, Happy New Year. I know we 13 days in. Hope y'all so far having a great 2021. The Platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure y'all share this stream right now on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Hit them like buttons and go on YouTube. Once again, subscribe, click on that
Yeah.
Hell.
because
Oh, hold on.
anytime,
Hold on.
uh-oh.
Hey, if Joe Bo was on here right now, she would give you the business.
Joe
Now,
would.
come on
Would
now.
she? Would she? Would she?
This, you know
Would she?
what? This the one
Let,
time.
let me
Oh, wait,
let
smooth.
me tell
This
you
the
why
one
she
time
would
I
not
can't
give
tell you
you
to
the
cut his
business.
mic. The one time I wish I could let you cut his mic, and you can't cut his
it.
mic.
You can't cut it. I'm uncuttable here. I'm uncuttable. Okay.
Hilarious.
Like a piece of paper, and you are the grade school scissors. You can't
Help
cut
him,
me.
help him, help him, help him. This is
But
not.
it's always my line to say Bell. I've been saying Bell since forever. I said Bell in the commercial.
But wait a minute. How many guest
He gonna bring up
appearances
the
have you been on
commercial.
here lately?
My bad. She right.
Man, that's why I
I'm
said
out here
Joe Bo
Brock
give you the
Lesnar.
business. You got your nerves.
I don't know. She could be watching right now. She may have a comment in a second, so stay tuned.
Okay. If
Yeah,
baby
I
Joe
gotta
ain't
let me
keeping
know.
her
Like I said,
lack of sleep
I'm on
right
my
now,
phone,
then
so I
yeah, come
can't do
on, Joe.
Yeah.
Comment, people.
But
Come on, we
anyway,
interact with you.
to continue on with what we were trying to say, because anytime we go live,
You,
Bunny, that's so loud. Bunny,
You?
that's so loud.
you,
Bunny, that's so loud.
you. Y'all will get notified. They ain't waiting
You
on
got
stand.
somebody in the
There
back.
you go. Take
You
over,
got-
Bunny.
you
Just
got
take
somebody in
over.
the back.
Do your thing.
I mean, again, if you can, some miraculous way, cut his mic.
Dang. And Miss Williams did say yes.
Nope.
The show last week was great. So once again, shouts out to you, Bunny. Shouts out to your very quiet niece, Sydney Jones.
Yes.
Shouts out to Michaela. Oh, no. Money McGee. Shouts out to her.
Money McGee, yeah, that's where that money reside. Where that money reside.
Shouts out to who else we have? Miss Fit Diva herself, Miss Melanie Montgomery. Shouts out to you. Of course, you can't forget about Purple Rain. Can't forget about her holding things down. So it was an incredible show. A lot of great insight. We get to learn about y'all love languages and everything. It was fun.
It definitely wasn't expecting that, but you know.
But no,
I mean, well, you know, love languages are indeed important.
It is.
Make sure you love your partner in their desired language.
Yeah, love language is needed for all those pro athletes that got their wives out there waiting for them to bring their money home. Yeah.
Is that the 6th love language, money? Is that what it is?
I'm just saying. You know, we gotta have the lights on somehow. We gotta eat somehow. We gotta have
the
a
lights
head.
on somehow, bunny.
I'm just saying.
These lights gotta be on.
Turn the lights on.
Hey. I can't use
What
candlelight all the time,
Omarion?
y'all. I mean, love making candlelights, but that only look good for so long. We need some regular lights too. Okay, just saying.
Right.
I said love making candlelights. Oh, she out here dangerous. We gonna burn the whole house down. That's what we gonna do.
Now, wait till y'all have Valentine's next month. If y'all doing something with y'all booze, y'all may burn a house down or something. Shoot, I'm scared of y'all.
No, it'll be hot, but it won't be burned down. If you know what I mean. Hey,
I'm gonna cut my own mic off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut my own.
Hey, all I gotta say is, if you seen Titanic, you know what I mean, right there. Bam.
See, then you opened up that book, so
hey,
man, it's what you do.
It ain't my
You
fault.
took off once you mentioned the love language, took off with it. I'm like, hey, so.
Oh, hey, real quick, cause I see Stan rocking the hoodie with the Carter bird on there. Bunny rocking the blues cap with her sorority representing everything. Shouts out to Lauren Woods. I'm rocking the M Glow right now.
All right. Yeah, shout out St. Louis.
Yeah,
Woods. Appreciate
you know,
the love.
Shouts out to you, man. Appreciate the merch. Once again, everybody share this stream. Let's get so many people in this party tonight. We have a lot to discuss. We're going to go ahead and get this thing jumping. Because about maybe an hour, 2 hours ago, something big just happened in the NBA. And it's like, wow. So if you don't know, James Harden has been traded to the Brooklyn Nets. And as soon as I saw the reports, the first person I thought about in the whole entire world was the man on the bottom of your screen, and that's Stan. Because we know how he feels about Durant, about Kyrie and Durant, in which Kyrie, talk about you soon too. But then James Harden now going to join them in Brooklyn. So I know you said, Stan, it won't be long, like a pastor sermon, but give us your thoughts real quick before we even go into any further debating or whatever about Mr. James Harden. The floor is yours.
I told you, I told you it would not be long, and unlike Baptist preachers, I am keeping my promise. Five words. Well, 6 words. This doesn't change what I said.
What did you say?
I still stand that James Harden will never win a championship. But now he has brought that never to Brooklyn. It's funny how it's funny how I don't even think people realize that the Brooklyn Nets, in their short existence, has it even been 10 years yet since they've been in Brooklyn?
I had to double check, but
If not, if not,
I
if
don't
not,
think
the
so.
10 years are coming soon. If it hasn't been, it'll be 10 soon.
no, it has.
Okay.
It
But
has because
it's been 10 years.
yeah, because LeBron James was playing with the Miami Heat at that time, and I know.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, wow. It's
Yeah,
definitely been 10 years.
yeah,
Wow.
yep.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's been 10 years. In 10 years, how does a franchise make two equally horrible moves? If we look at all that Brooklyn gave up, like they gave up young star potential talent in Karis LeVert, and I don't even know if I just said his first name right. Did I say
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Karis LeVert
yeah. You got it.
and
Jared
Afro.
Allen.
Jared Allen.
Yep.
Jared Allen, who is probably one of three people, if it's even three, that can
Mhm.
say they blocked LeBron. Well, two people now, because I believe it's only two people that have blocked LeBron James. Like he's in that company, and you ship him out. You ship out potential for shown disaster. That doesn't make sense to me.
They had to find. Okay, I'll say this: it doesn't make sense, but they were working against the clock because they're tired of Harden and the shenanigans. And this wasn't just like a two-team trade. 4 teams involved. They do them shenanigans, backdoor, finagle this, move money around. I mean, it wasn't an easy trade to do either. So apparently, it was that kind of desperate, that kind of I'll take some L's on this trade, but I just need to get Harden out.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it was Brooklyn, Houston, Cleveland, and Milwaukee.
No,
All right.
Pacers.
So, all right. You know what? I have the
Pacers.
full details right here. I'll go ahead and say it real quick. So, of course, the Nets got James Harden. The Rockets, they get Dante Exum because they like you said, with Cleveland also was joining in the trade. So Dante Exum, this guy last name Karooks, 3 Brooklyn first rounders, 1 Milwaukee Buck first rounder, and 4 Brooklyn first round swaps. While the Cavaliers get Jared Allen and Taurean Prince. Now here's the kicker, because right after that trade, the Rockets, they went on and traded LeVert over to the Pacers for Victor Oladipo. So Oladipo is now with the Rockets as well.
It's actually not a bad move on that part.
Wow.
It's actually not a bad move. Oladipo wanted to get out of Indiana. He didn't proactively say that, but you could read between the lines.
And so the Pacers got Karis LeVert and a second rounder. So a whole lot of moving and shaking. And shouts out
a lot of backdoor deals, shenanigans, finagling. I mean, it wasn't easy. And like I said, you dealing with trades, salary cap, salary, just whatever to get this man out of here. This is what they gave up. Because Rockets getting 4 out of this, 4 total first round draft picks. Now, granted, because they're getting 4 from the Nets and that 1 from the Pacers, they're not gonna be in the top 10 because both of those teams are, they're good. So those first round draft picks aren't gonna be at the top unless they got it from somebody else. So still, that's not bad though. They rebuild it. Just trying to rebuild, trying to almost start ground zero and rebuild.
Yeah,
I'll go on the record and say that I fully believe after these moves, the Rockets are more set to win the championship before the Nets.
No, not just no. I'm sorry, hell no.
So
you
Stan,
think about it. Think about it.
Today?
Think
about
it. Think about it. The way the Rockets are looking right now, there are the star players that they have.
John Wall.
I wouldn't really call them star players, but they are hungry. You got John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins.
I know you just said that they're more destined or they're more able to win. We know they're not going to win. Neither are the Nets out of the East. We still know about the Raptors is on their own tails, and we know Philly, and we know the Bucks. Those are my top 3. But to say that Rockets have a better chance than the Nets, dude, I promise you, if I ain't think a pandemic was going on, I'd be like, this dude crazy. He got to be on something, because I'm sorry. No way.
I mean, well, let's see what just happened. You took 2 people who couldn't win the championship back when they had a big 3. You put them together, plus a man who hasn't won the championship since he was with LeBron. You got people who can't win the championship on their own or can't win the championship, period.
Wait. But with that last statement, how many people win championships on their own?
Okay,
Come on
scratch
now.
that. That can't win the championship, period.
Okay. So Kyrie got one, KD got one, and you're
With the help
saying
of LeBron. KD got
everybody got to have a wingman. LeBron would have just got this last ring if it wasn't for Anthony Davis. Come on, now. Everybody can't. Steph couldn't get it without having Clay nor KD or without having Draymond. You know how the game go. Come on.
Well, Steph can do it without KD because they did it.
I said or Draymond
And Clay.
or Clay. They're not winning this year. Everybody know that. Come on now.
I mean, well, yeah, we know that.
But I just said no one man wins a championship. We all know that. So going back to because Hart has never won or even been to the finals.
No, he has. With OKC.
He's been one time with OKC.
Oh, it's right with the Thunder.
Right.
Back when KD just cried in his mama arms.
Look, why you gotta bring up old stuff?
Because he did.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, shouts out to Jamel Brinkley. Says yo. So shouts out to you. Keep them comments coming. Share the stream right now. Let everybody know what's going on. We have a jam-packed show going on as we continue to discuss Harden going to Brooklyn, in which he is one of his teammates, as Stan brought up earlier, is one Kyrie Irving. If he's going to be a teammate, because we don't know where the hell he is right now. What's going on with Kyrie? Someone help me out.
So I thought the NBA told him he had to take a week off because of COVID protocols, and whatever you want to call the protocols, have at it. But because he had to take off the week, he went, hey, I'm about to go hang with my family, my peoples. Now, I don't know what leaked that picture that he's on internet with no mask on kicking it. I don't know who did it. At this point, it don't even matter. He busted. But I don't know if I know Stephen A was trying to call him out saying he needs to retire. I don't want to take it that far. He ain't taking it serious.
I agree.
But hell, this season, the way they going this week, y'all know they cancel or postpone some games. Or I'm sorry, they need to postpone some games, but they're not, because so many teams have people that are not able to play because of COVID protocol.
Oh no, they made
like, I ain't gonna take it serious.
Over the last 3 days, they made like about 4 postponements over the last 3 or 4 days now. The Boston Celtics keep on getting.
This week, or postpone it.
They're gonna have to.
Kyrie ain't taking it serious because he said this season ain't serious to him. Because I gotta sit out a week, forget it.
But okay, so this is what I heard, is that he initially took off because of what was going on at the U.S. Capitol last week. That was his initial reason. But now, like you said earlier, he's out here with the red cup in his hand, going out to clubs and everything, maskless. So once he does eventually come back, if he does, he still had to go through the protocol. So he's going to be out a whole other probably 2 weeks, if that.
Again, he ain't taking this season serious like that. I'm not, we don't know. We'll find him, and he'll eventually get it together. Okay, Brother Stan, what's up?
First of all, I not to sound political, but the capital issue, as it has been stated multiple times, as far as we are concerned, and y'all know what I mean by we, this ain't our fight. So I don't know why he took off for that. I feel like Kyrie has been full of excuses ever since he left Cleveland. I feel like it's always been some issue that really isn't an issue, but he deems it an issue. Now him not accepting some checks and allocating that money to other causes, that's cool. The stance he took on Breonna Taylor, that's cool. But all this other stuff, and you saying you're not taking the season serious? Oh, I'm sorry. What else do you have to do, Kyrie? What made you famous? What do you do? What do you get paid to do? You get paid to take every game, every season serious, no matter if a pandemic shuts it down and starts it back up or not. That was last year. This is a new season. Ain't no fans in the stands. Okay, COVID. This is a new season. You need to go into this season the same way you go into every season. He's been coming up with issues and reasons for every team he's been on. I guess 2 with the Celtics and now the Nets. But my issue with Kyrie is every time he goes to a team, he makes these big promises that he never delivers on.
Right.
His biggest promise being that he ain't leaving. He done left twice.
Well, what's his reason that he left the Celtics? Who he did not get along with?
had, if I'm not mistaken, his issue with the Celtics. What was it? His teammates?
It had to be because I ain't heard nothing bad about Brad Stevens.
I haven't heard anything about his
Nothing.
teammates either. I don't know.
I haven't
So
heard
it had to be the
anything about
teammate. We
the
know
rookies
Tatum,
either.
Jalen Brown, Kimba wasn't on there yet.
Yeah,
Before
Kemba
they got
wasn't
rid of what's the boys with the Hornets now?
Terry
Terry Rozier.
Rozier.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them was that they all was young. So
He dunked on Kevin Durant, by the way. I don't know if y'all saw that.
I saw
But,
it. I saw it. Well, you know
I
what?
saw it. I was like, do it again.
I think personally, the issue with Kyrie is that when he starts seeing the evolution, the rise of the Tatums, the Jalen Browns, and how the media was starting to say that he may be the reason why they're being held back. He probably felt that, and maybe Boston ain't the team for me, because as you said, Bunny, Terry Rozier, he was clowning that first year that Kyrie was there, and then to have the emergence of Jalen Brown and Tatum together coming to their own, and you starting to hear that Tatum may be the guy on the team and not Kyrie. He probably took it personal and was like, well, maybe this team ain't for me after all. So I don't think it's an issue he had with the team. I think it is his own personal
ego.
Exactly. His ego got in the
sound
way.
like it because Tatum was there before Kyrie got there, correct?
No, they were at the same time.
They got the same time? Okay.
That was the year Tatum got drafted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Great year, by the way.
Okay.
Also, shout out Jason Tatum. That boy been balling like crazy.
Man, when I say representing STL, no better.
Hey, him and Bradley Beal both been clowning.
Bradley Beal?
Yeah. Hey, how do you drop 60-something points
and still lose?
Because he cold with it.
And lose by double digits. Somebody get that man out of Washington.
Ask Kobe the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm trying to be my bad. Well, it happened to Kobe.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Also.
But see,
all I'm saying is you gotta get him out of there.
But see, Bradley Beal keeps on being adamant that he feels it's his right, or like it's meant for him to stay there in Washington instead of trying to go to a contender or a higher team like going to Lakers so people don't say he's shortcut his way to a title. Man, bump that. You ain't gonna do anything in Washington, even with Westbrook. You're not going to get there.
Well, see, look, if Westbrook didn't get traded from the Rockets and they swapped for John Wall, so this season, if Wall and Bradley were still there balling together, they still would be getting the same results. Washington is always enough to get into the playoffs, and that's it. And I say get into barely or get the last seed, and that's it. We know they don't go far. That's general management. They're not doing enough to build around them. They paid John Wall some money before they shipped him off. They paid Bradley Beal. What's that little center? Forgot his name. He there, but barely there. It's like they're not doing enough. And I guess Bill ain't. I guess he okay with it, but you can tell Bill been there how many years now?
Oh man. Shoot, almost 10.
He's going on 10 too.
Yeah.
He's going on 10. He got drafted my senior year of high school.
See, and I thought Wall and Bill would have been a good backcourt duo.
So that was 12.
They actually Wall and Bill are a good backcourt duo. It wasn't them. It's just
I was just about to say that.
Okay, so Bradley Beal has been in the league since 2012.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That's some seniority on the team, okay?
Yeah.
In this day and age.
And for those watching, don't be shy. Go ahead and comment. Give us your thoughts on Harden, on Kyrie, on anything NBA related.
We read, we respond.
Oh yeah, we interact with y'all. So go ahead and get them comments going. If you're watching on Facebook, you have to be under the Platform Sports Talk Show page so we can see the comments and interact. So keep them comments going.
See, you just gotta reassure the people that they can rest assured in the fact that we can all read beyond the elementary grade level. Like we can piece together words. You can leave your comments. I won't be able to see them because I'm on my phone. But rest assured, my colleagues will read them in the way they were written.
Yes. So we got
well
you.
Spoken, sir.
Ain't no Tyrones in this class. No disrespect to anybody named Tyrone, but Tyrones don't get good reps in English class.
So what do y'all think will be the end result in regards to Kyrie?
He needs to retire. I stand by Stephen A's statement. He needs to retire.
Nah, don't
How,
retire. Just go somewhere
how
else.
many more
Take
seasons
your
can
talents
you?
elsewhere. It's a team out there that wants you. Still some hungry teams that wouldn't mind
No, no,
taking
no, no,
him.
no, 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 no. Don't
Yes,
nobody
yes,
want
yes.
somebody. No, no, no. Don't nobody.
If the
Don't
team
no.
was willing to take
Nobody.
Harden, the team was willing to take Westbrook, and they have been known to be not the easiest to get along with person, at least on the court, and teams still wanted them, then they
But
could take
they
them.
play. They will play. You don't have to worry about them getting injured as much as you have with Kyrie. Kyrie have been injured ever since he left Cleveland. Injury in Boston is what led to Brown and Tatum actually getting that notoriety because dear Lord, Kyrie was gone
Who?
with injury.
Mm.
Kyrie was gone with injury. That was the Celtics. He goes to Brooklyn. What happened? How many games he played last year?
Like
Well,
20.
No. Let me ask this, because
20
people
games.
actually know. People actually know how many games he didn't play,
Right.
as opposed to how many games you did play, which is also bad. and now here we are in year 2, and you are about to become the afterthought. Because let's face it, Durant and Harden being back, nobody's going to focus on Kyrie. They're going to be like, we haven't seen Durant and Harden since OKC. Oh, what was it? The potential that they had there. But then they're going to be like, well, do they have the same potential with Kyrie? And then everybody's going to be like, no, Kyrie doesn't have the same potential as Kyrie.
I just want to see how Harden and Kyrie, whenever they get together, be in the backcourt together. The game.
It's not going to work.
Will it work? I mean, because I didn't think that the whole Westbrook and Harden was going to work. So I'm like, they did an equal trade when they did CP3 for Westbrook. I'm like, this is nothing.
That didn't work either.
I mean, they're all alpha males. They're all dominant. Ball got to be in my hand. I'll lead the floor. And you see,
there's
don't happen. So, hey, question. Go back real quickly. Why is Harden like so frustrated and wanted to run out of Houston all of a sudden?
Because
he's
trust and I'm sorry. I was just gonna say
one. You got it.
One, he doesn't trust management. After the Westbrook left too, he just felt like they don't have the direction to be a championship winning team. And he just personally, to me, from what I'm seeing, from his antics, going to clubs and whatever, and being maskless, going out somewhere, he just stopped giving a FUCK, if you know what I mean.
So I'm just wondering, between last year when they did the trade for CP3 with Westbrook, he didn't trust them back then either. I mean, the management has not changed. I understand all of a sudden he's like, they don't care about me. They put the franchise around you. Huh?
There have been vocalized management issues concerning the Rockets since May or June of 2019. Because I was in Atlanta watching the sports station. I think it was ESPN, and they were talking about the problems just surrounding the coaching with D'Antoni, and how either this season or next season is supposed to be his last one. Well, back then, that's what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were just also other issues with players on the teams. And this was around the time, because they didn't have confidence in the head office either. And this was right after they blow a chance to win it. So, I don't.
So that was okay. Let's go back to 2019. Now, D'Antoni's style, everybody knows is that run and gun it, pop threes all day, run and pop. That's what he like. Let's look at his resume from the Suns, even at half a season, if that much, with the Lakers, let alone when he's going to the Rockets.
That horrible time with the Knicks. We all remember that.
Right, so I don't understand why Harden's surprised. Harden like popping threes and not playing defense anyway. So I don't understand what he had a problem with D'Antoni, because he doesn't require defense. That should have been his perfect coach. Don't hold you accountable for any of that.
Harden is in denial. He's refusing to accept the fact that, when you run out of issues, homeboy, it's you.
Exactly. Because there's no way that you on a team with Chris Paul and y'all are one freaking game away from going to the finals that Chris Paul had to be outed. That should have worked when he was on that team. It's you, like Stan said. You are the problem.
With that team they had, oh my God.
Your style of play is affecting others from being better. Truthfully.
Everybody knows that he's not a ball hog. Let's not even use it. Everybody knows the ball go through his hand. He drives, get the calls his way, or he pops a three. But if the ball doesn't touch his hands, let's just say in one half, at least to equate to 40 points, or that's too low, 50 points, it's a problem for him, and then he'll do double the damage in the second half.
Here we go. The man has never been called for a double step back, but he claims that he.
You know what? He gonna get his feelings.
You ain't never been called for a double step back, but he got
a couple of more years. What? I don't know how the Nets gonna work out. We'll give him a couple more years, and he gonna stop getting them calls and going to the free throw lines. Once these veterans had a peak, just see how the referees stop saying, you ain't the man." Tatum gonna start getting calls now because he's the man. Even Rozier maybe, but I'm telling you, when you the man, calls your way. When you going down, no more. And then we're gonna see his stats down, and he really gonna start crying and find something else to complain about.
And he's on the same path. He's probably gonna have a worse burnout than Melo.
Now I was saying, speaking of Melo, I was saying that I think the perfect team for James Harden would have been the Knicks, because he would have had more free reign to just do more stuff with the parts that he has around him. I think that team.
You heard how the Knicks are around. That's a new and improved. Thibs got them boys like, shoot, y'all ain't the laughing stock of the league anymore type team.
And right now, Brooklyn is playing the Knicks. I think Brooklyn is like 6-5, and the Knicks are 5-6. So they're right. They right there. I know it's early, 9 games in, or 11 games in.
I think the Nets are 6-6 right now.
Yeah, you're right, 6-6. So, it's 12, 11 games in. We know it's still early, but I think that the Knicks would have been the perfect team for James Harden. First, you in New York.
The Knicks ain't the perfect team for anybody.
It's the ownership sucks, but I like that they hired Thibs. Because Coach Thibs, he got played and did wrong in Chicago. But Thibodeau.
We're not going to talk about that.
We are. I mean, when he went to the Timberwolves, that wasn't his fault either. Sometimes I look how coaches are. D'Antoni, he asks if he getting fired or let go. He does that. Thibodeau is not the same way with me. We know he a defensive coach first. His players in general, they buy in, and then it's all something just go left, or management be like, nah, we not having a winning season. Let's get rid of you. This is something stupid. But
Tom Thibodeau is probably one of the greatest coaches of all time.
It's hard for they'll be getting together, but they need to fire their owner. He get on my nerves. They need to let him sell it.
Tom Thibodeau is probably one of the greatest coaches of all time. Yeah, I'm saying it because he coached the Bulls, and we should have won that damn ring that year. But hey,
sorry, man. So, Bunny, earlier.
No, it ain't your fault. It's damn LeBron.
Right. So, Bunny, you brought up earlier when you was mentioning about the postponements. There's been over the last 2 weeks now, the whole season really, but over these last 2 weeks, it's been like a huge surge in which, if you recall, throughout the bubble last year, the NBA didn't have not one person to be tested and was positive for COVID. But now that they're out the bubble, they're going to different cities, they're doing all this traveling and everything, you're seeing a huge spike over these last 2 weeks of COVID positive results, and it's causing a lot of postponements. Do you think it's going to get to a point, and of course you standing and everybody watching right now, do you think it's going to get to a point where if like that one person gets COVID, like a LeBron, that NBA going to say, you know what, we got to put a pause in the season right now because this is too much of a spike going on?
I say they just move it back to the bubble.
I say they're not going to stop the season, but as Stan said, they're either going to go to a bubble style or tweak some things. Now, they just implemented a rule yesterday, which I don't know why they didn't do this before the season started. When you're a road team, you can't have anybody outside come to the hotel, any of that. It's only your teammates.
No side pieces, buddy?
Hey, what's your girl that was a person in the bubble that she was supposed to be testing people? Wasn't she one of boys? Little side door girl, remember? I forgot who that player was.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
girl for the Suns? No, my bad.
Oh, no. Hey, she was providing different services then.
That was a head doctor. That was what she was. Remember?
Oh.
Let it be known, Bunny.
She was helping out that medical problem for those guys. Yeah, working on their heads. But anyway. Y'all silly.
She was
Oh,
putting in all energy and effort doing her job. Okay, she was going down hard. Okay.
man. No
She
pun intended. Okay.
she was giving top effort. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Okay.
I'm sorry. See what Miss Williams her comment said
All right.
regarding
So
this
she
COVID.
says
Why
it's.
am I looking? I can't see.
She said it's not surprising there's a spike in COVID in the NBA when there's a spike in the country as a whole. Facts. Then she says, would the
Yeah.
bubble be practical for the entire season? Last time it was for a comparatively short time. I'm going to say, for the players' sake, they're going to say hell no because they don't want to be gone from their families for 8 months to be in a bubble.
That's
So
true.
that's why I feel like this time around they should allow some type of like their family. I believe that if the family gets tested and their results come back negative, then they should be able to see their families.
Okay, well, I'll say this. Without the bubble, how the season is set up now, it's no fans, yet they still got all these positive cases. Well, we
I'm
know,
just seeing fans in there.
well,
It ain't supposed
some
to be, but it's
places,
some.
some yeah, but it's still nowhere near a regular NBA game, even for the
Yeah.
teams that are crappy. So the cases are going up, as Ms. Williams said, that mean the country's numbers are going up. So of course the players are going up, but at the same time, some of these players are being reckless. They're not being held accountable. In that bubble, nobody could even think about, you know, having somebody from the outside, whether it's a side piece, head piece, whatever.
You
However,
can go get chicken wings. You can go get chicken wings.
ask Lou Williams, he'll tell you about how that worked. But also, when people were coming, when you were coming out of the bubble, you had a quarantine before you came back in. That's not going on either. So it is harder. And if you're talking about people that are not on the road, so they're in their homes, if they tell their family, hey, don't do this, their kids, yet still they can have an outside person, a nanny, a car driver, a mama, somebody come in there and bring it. I mean, the testing, you get tested every day, and it still may be a delay. Or somebody asymptomatic and say, hey, I feel fine, and still pass it along. I mean, it's too much variables, and NBA does not want to lose money, so they're not going to stop the season again. They're just going to have to try to clamp down and do what they can, but they can't afford to stop the season again. Technically, they can because they're billionaires, but they don't want to lose any more money. Hence why NFL said, hey, we're going to have these protocols, and they're going to keep tightening up and keep changing the
Mhm.
rules for a mask, but they weren't stopping the season because they want that money.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
And Miss
Only other thing I
Williams,
can say NBA do was like what the NCAA is going to do for the March Madness.
right? Have them
Pick
all in
certain
one
little
state.
cities in the state,
Yep.
certain stadiums where everybody play, and that's it.
They're gonna be in Indiana, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, but they're gonna use like two cities in Indiana, not just Indianapolis, like Bloomington and I think Terre Haute or something.
Okay.
So Ms. Williams says, however, with the vaccine being distributed, they might only have to be in the bubble for 3 months or so. Like I said before, I don't think the players want to be in a bubble for more than 2 days. Like that's how they feel. But we'll
I
see.
get it, but I know about money. I
Right.
mean, the leagues like y'all already had to deal with that last season where they had to take a little bit of their money out their checks because they couldn't finish the season and all that. Do those players want to lose money again?
And
Everybody ain't getting paid like LeBron and Anthony Davis. Everybody ain't signing these multi-million. There's players that are still only getting 500,000, which is still a lot to us, but relatively
Right.
speaking.
I'm like,
Oh,
I'll
but
take that.
relatively speaking, we don't know how many people eating off their $500,000 off that player either.
I'll
and
take an Adam
let's see.
Morrison role. I'll just sit over there and chill.
And Miss Williams says what Bunny said. You can catch the virus as easily at home as anywhere else, and the reason why because of whoever you stay with, they may go out to the store. They try to be as clean, as safe as possible, and still catch the virus. So, my only suggestion is, okay, if they don't do a bubble, you still do your traveling, but even if you are the home team, like you have to be at what you call it, a designated hotel. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to stay there.
Okay.
Like you can't move, you can't go nowhere. You have to have your services done, kind of like in the bubble. You have all your services at that place, and that's it. So you don't risk going out trying to go to a mall or go to whatever.
True.
No, be at a designated hotel. Have all the amenities that you need. That a team needs because they're gonna be there for just one day,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. But you can't just be going out after the game. We're gonna meet up somewhere or whatever. No, it has to be a designated spot that has all the amenities because you got money. The
Right.
league has money, so have all the amenities put in place. So boom, you good to go.
Because one thing when you mentioned about the families, this is the school year. So I understand with the bubble that was in the summer, kids on break, but some of these players, and actually more players than not, don't live in the city, let alone their families not in the city that they play for. So their family ain't gonna be traveling per se because they don't even live in that city.
Mm.
But I mean, I'm not knocking them. I do want them to see their family because that family may decide, hey, you got weekend games, we'll fly, to your home team. But if that's an issue, if you said what you said, have a home hotel, maybe have your people come there, quarantine, do the regular temperature checks, all that. I don't know, but they're gonna tweak something soon because they're not gonna stop the season. They want this money.
Mm.
Today, hockey kicks off. They still gonna be cautious too because they know they saw what's going on in NBA. They saw what's going on in NFL. It's gonna happen in hockey too because they're not in the bubble, but they know they're gonna do stuff so that they can finish out the season.
And the big thing is, and thanks, Ms. Williams, in regards to you agreeing, but the biggest reason why I say that in regards to whether you home or on the road, you already making millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna last forever, but
Mm-hmm.
you sign a contract. You're getting paid for the world to see the best of the best perform every night. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
owe it to the fans who are paying money, paying like Ms. Williams, paying the league pass to watch your favorite teams play every night. You have an
Mm-hmm.
obligation when you sign the contract to be available every night. Like they always say, the best ability is availability. So go, like what she said, be in do a Zoom with your, whatever, if need be, but be at a designated place where you don't have to go out anywhere, but just be at your hotel, and y'all can have a nice big old area made just for players only, so they don't have to worry about being as having to worry about the caution of being out there amongst the people and might catch the virus. So it's just about being
Being
smart
susceptible.
and sacrificing for those months because, like I said, at the end of the day, you're getting paid millions of dollars. It's not like you're getting paid $20 an hour and you got to sacrifice 8 months. You're getting paid handsomely. So
Mm-hmm.
just do what you gotta do until things not die down, but it's over, pretty much. But
Well, then the other
that's
caveat
my
though.
thought.
So what about the players that are doing the right thing and being cautious, and their teammates the ones reckless,
That's
and
my
so they
point.
still get sick of it? So this is with the regular problem of the country where some people don't want to wear masks because they're taking away their rights and all that. Okay, but I got a right to be protected, and I want you to protect me by wearing your mask. But some of these players aren't doing that. And it's affecting their teammates, and they gotta not play for a week on all this other stuff. So I honestly, I don't have an answer, and I don't think there is a concrete answer besides a bubble. But again, you said they're not going to agree to the bubble. They don't want not to be cut off from their family. I get it. And you've been paid for all these millions. They said they weren't getting being paid for these millions to be cut off from whatever. So when people opted out of the bubble, that was one thing. This year they can't opt out unless they, breaching their contract. So I don't know.
Yeah. So we shall see. And just to continue on with the pandemic, because it's not just affecting, just NBA basketball, but look at what's going on with college basketball.
CAA, yep.
Slew
My team's supposed to play tonight. Can't even play because of COVID.
Slew
Ugh.
hasn't played in like 3 weeks, y'all. Like in three
Yep.
weeks. And it could be longer because it just like was reported yesterday that you're still getting a lot of contact tracing and everything. Mizzou hasn't been able to play in like a week now, and
Mm-mm.
that really affects the chemistry, being on the court. So now you got to wait 3-4 weeks. You about to play a team that just played maybe 2 days ago, who's in the rhythm, who's ready to rock and roll. against a team that's gonna be ice cold because you ain't played in 3 weeks and probably can't even go to a gym to shoot around because y'all probably being told to quarantine. You know
And
what I'm saying?
I'm curious if on the regular college roster was it 15 spots or 12 scholarships, a couple other walk-ons or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So then if we got that plus your coaches, so let's just say 20 people, and the season started at like the end of November, so it's still going on in these teams where everybody's still passing around each other. I'm just I guess I should be shocked, but I don't know how people just can't be acting right, like temporarily act right.
And then oh,
Excuse me.
bless you. And then
Thank
Miss
you.
COVID.
Williams, right.
Nope. There it is.
See, proof right there. No, but
There it is.
Miss Williams says there have been a lot of hospital workers who had to stay in hotels instead of going home, and they weren't being paid millions of dollars. So if they can do it, come on now. You know, you making millions and millions. You gonna be all right. You know, suck it up. But and that can go back to our previous conversation we had a long time ago about the sensitivity of these guys in the NBA as well. Then she says expecting college kids to be more responsible than adults, i.e., the NBA, is unrealistic, and that's true because
True.
you know you talking about what 18, 17 to 19 and 20-year-old guys. You know they're trying to live their best life, so it's gonna be hard to try to contain all that at a college.
I would expect the Kyrie issue of being at a family's event, no mask. I would expect it on a collegiate level, not a whole adult level. That's what Kyrie's been accused of,
Yeah,
or been seen of.
yeah.
Whatever.
All right, so before well, you know what? We have a few more topics to discuss, but we're going to save that for right now because the moment is here. The man is here.
The champ is here, huh?
The champ is here.
Mm-hmm.
This man here,
Mm-hmm.
30-time national amateur champ, 3-time world champ, and outstanding amateur record of 300 wins and 10 losses. This man here, he's here on Zoom. He had a take care of an issue, but he's here now. So everyone show some love to our special guest, the champ, Devon,
Champ is here.
the great Alexander.
Oh, what is going on, my man?
There we go. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
How you doing, man? I apologize for the delay, my man. I really apologize. Had to do some stuff with the family, but I wanted to make sure I got on with you guys. How you guys doing today,
Thank you
man?
for joining us. Thank you.
Good. Definitely appreciate you for coming on.
Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine.
Yeah, man. So
Like that hat. Thanks for representing.
right.
All day long.
The great is here.
Anytime you see me on a tune, it's gonna always be this right here.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely cool, man.
Yeah.
So before we even get to any deep questions or anything, man. So when we have our guests on, of course, via Zoom, we see the people, our guests, having some dope backdrops, and I'm looking at your collection behind you. You gotta show you gotta show everybody what's happening. What's going on back there?
Yes, sir. Those are the 3 biggest belts you can win. 3-time world champion, 2 IBFs, and 1 WBC.
Man, that's awesome.
Look, man, it look nice back
Yes,
there.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
That
Hard
is
work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into those. Tons
that's
of
what's up.
miles, tons of push-ups, tons of everything.
That is definitely what's up, man. And one of our faithful followers, Miss Alice Williams, says hi, Devon, and she says represent the STL.
Absolutely. How you doing?
That's what's up, man. So, how things been going with you, man, throughout this these last few weeks or months for you, man?
Oh, everything's good, man. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain too much. My whole life, God has blessed me to do some tremendous things, reach heights that I never thought I could make it or that I make it to, man. So I can't complain. This pandemic just slowed the fighting down a little bit, so I didn't fight none last year. But I was supposed to be having another big fight coming up in end of February. So I'm happy about that. I just signed a 3-fight deal with PBC,
Okay.
which is a good deal too. So I'm just trying to stick my hand in everything. You know, I got a few restaurants called Crab King. I'm pretty sure you guys been if you
Oh,
guys
that's you.
chain over.
Hey,
Wait,
Really?
wait,
I
wait,
ain't
wait,
know
wait,
that.
wait, wait.
I ain't know that.
That's you?
Did he say Crab King?
Yeah, the Crab King,
Yeah,
Kingz.
yeah,
Get
That's you?
out.
yeah, yeah,
Did not know. I support black business, by the way, but didn't know
Wow.
that. Hey, that was good.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
Okay.
So doing a little real estate and just taking it one day at a time, man. I like to be smart about it and strategic. So
Okay.
that's yeah.
So what
Like the
led?
sport of boxing.
So what led to you trying to
Yes.
get into real estate?
Well, first it's safer. It's the most safest investment that I could make. I can always have it forever, no matter what. As long as I'm paying those taxes on it, I can always have it forever. So I figured, there will be less risk than the restaurant business, even though the restaurant business has been lucrative for me. Real estate is the most safest, and you see a good return on your money for its real estate. So I always liked to get into it too because I was around a guy who um, was getting, I think, 40 grand a month. He had property everywhere. And that was like, man, you can do it like that. So that's what really motivated me to get into some real estate.
Well,
Mm.
I'll tell you this, Devin, off of not personal experience, but just seeing and paying attention as I got older. Land is always more valuable than cash. And I tell people
Yeah.
that for investment, because you're talking about it can last forever, it can be passed down. Why do they
Mm,
have a law about eminent domain that can take your land if they want to the government? Because they know how valuable it is. See, paper can be reprinted, but you just can't keep
absolutely.
taking land.
Yes, yes,
Very, very
yes,
valuable. Even
yes,
a spot on the block or in the hood is valuable than having nothing. Promise you.
yes, yes, yes. I got a partner out here in St. Peter's. It's an old building that man was trying to open up a boxing gym at. And it's a older lady, white lady that owns the building. She will not get. She's 90 years old,
Mhm.
right? So she's doing nothing with the building at all. When I tell you she's not giving that land up, she's not giving it up at all. So go back to your point. That land is way more valuable than cash or anything out there is more important. So she will not give us that land for nothing. She like, oh no, no, nope, nope. So I guess she want to keep it in her family, I guess. But
Mhm.
um, I've been asking her for 3 years now. And she's like, no, I ain't, nope, can't do it.
Wow.
Man, that's
So
Yeah,
dope.
have you started looking for another place to have a little boxing gym or
yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm trying to get downtown. Actually,
okay.
my man Louis Reed gonna help me try to get a big gym. Whatever I do, whatever gym I'm doing, I'm sending it around kids.
Nice.
I
Oh,
don't want
good.
to. I don't want to do the gym for money per se, but I really want to focus on the kids because we need that. We need that, especially down in the city and everywhere.
Mhm.
I want them to be able to get to it. So that's why I chose downtown to be a good location for that. They
Yeah.
come free of charge. Whenever I open it up free of charge, come there after school and learn how to fight. I think, in my opinion, all boys should learn how to box
Mm.
because the discipline in it is so you can't learn that nowhere else.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I just use this example to all the moms that's scared. I say, look, when you ain't fighting, when you in the ring, well, just say if you got a street fight, you on a street fight. In a street fight, anything goes.
Mhm.
But in the ring, you got gloves on, you got a headgear, you got cup on, and there's rules. So if somebody tattooing you in the face and keep hitting you in your face, and you getting madder and madder, and you getting upset. The more you get upset in boxing, the more you finna get your butt whooped. So that teaches you how to, okay, if I get hit one time, okay, let me calm down. Let me not get mad. Let me figure out how to get my leg back. So that's how I try to tell people that I think all boys should learn how to fight. All of them should know how to box because it teaches them so much discipline, so much.
So do you feel not only in regards to this, being able to fight, but knowing how to protect yourself so it can prevent them
Mm-hmm.
from having
Mm-hmm.
guns in the street and everything too?
Absolutely. 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 When you like, I never had a street fight growing up.
Mm.
I know that's awkward, but especially growing up in North St. Louis, I never had a street fight a day in my life. I started boxing when I was 8 years old, but I could have fought plenty of times. Plenty of times somebody made me mad or did something to me. But boxing teaches you, let me not do that because I'm trained to look at somebody's body and size them up. And if I hit them the wrong way, I can kill them or anything. So that teaches you how to just be humble and say, that's okay, and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, it'll teach you self-defense and teach you how to just be calmer and say, that's okay, you won or whatever, forget it.
Yeah. A few comments here from Miss Williams. She says, has the pandemic made it harder to train?
No, not well, not for me. Not for me. It's always stuff you can use to get it in. You know, if you really want to exercise, I can exercise right here, just talking to you guys, or anywhere. You can exercise anywhere to get that heart rate up. You can do anything. So it hasn't been hard at all because I got a gym at the house, so I get it in. I go right down there and be down there for a few hours.
That's what's up, man. Once again, for everybody watching, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your boy Smooth, along with
Stanton, baby. And Bunny in her absence.
Oh, okay. And we also have special guests. Got the champ.
Man, I'm excited to be on, man. I like what you guys doing over here on the platform, my man.
Hey, thank you, man.
Keep doing great things, man. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We definitely appreciate it, man. It's been our pleasure. Good to have you on, join us and everything. So make sure that your signal is straight with us before we continue on. I think we just lost Stan and Bunny, so give us a few seconds, y'all. We'll get everybody back on. But in the meantime, champ, let me make sure one thing.
I know I should still be here.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
All right, here we go. Okay, you turned your video off. Okay. So we're waiting on Bunny to get on back here. But Ms. Williams says, interesting aspect of boxing that a lot of folks probably don't think about.
Breaking it up a little bit. I don't know if it's my phone is breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's you guys are going in and out.
Okay. How about now? Is it better?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I can see that your ball is kind of going up and down a little bit. So we'll try to make sure that we get this conversation as smooth as possible for you. All right, we apologize everybody for the
Is there something I need to do for is that?
It could be your Wi-Fi connection. Could we just be going in and out a little bit? So hopefully it'll straighten itself out throughout the conversation.
Okay.
There we go. All right,
You guys.
What's wrong?
Go ahead on, champ. What were you saying?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think his signal going in and out. Yeah, we getting.
Are you guys St. Louis based?
Yes, St. Louis. We've been
I'm
doing
in St.
this.
Louis area, yeah.
Yeah, this is St. Louis based. We've been doing this show for almost 4 years in April. consistently
gotta have an anniversary party in April. Oh, snap.
Yeah. So consistently every Wednesday, been holding things down. So it's and the guests that we've had on our show has been incredible, and it has not changed with having you on the show. So with that being said, champ, you mentioned growing up in on the north side in the city.
North side.
So tell us, when did you develop your love for sports? Oh, he went away for a second.
That's it. That's a. Oh, you can hear me?
Yep, you can hear
We can
you.
hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Uh-oh. How can I?
Check your video, make sure it's on still. There you go.
Okay, you're on now.
Got it. Okay.
We got action.
Okay. So when I was I say I got into sports when I was 8 years old. That's when I used to watch my daddy watch basketball, watch football, and I used to hear him screaming in there, yelling and screaming at the TV. Like, man, my daddy all in it. So I became interested in it, and one day my coach Kevin Cunningham was starting a boxing gym. He was actually a security guard at the school. So he brought some flyers to the school and said he was starting a boxing gym, which he was starting just to get the kids something to do and keep them off the street, keep them away from everything. So brought the flyer home. My two bigger brothers, my mom let them go, but she didn't let me go. So I begged her and begged her to let me go. I begged her for 2 weeks straight to let me go. She finally let me went, and that's how I started to get into boxing.
So would you say that boxing was your first love, or was it a different sport?
Boxing was definitely my first love. I did it all too, though. Mind you, I played basketball.
Okay.
I played football, but boxing is what stuck. When I was 9 years old, I won my first national title, and I beat a guy that had won that tournament 2 years in a row. And the guy was talking crazy. He was like, "Man, you ain't no way you gonna beat me. Ain't no way you finna beat me." And I'm a humble guy. I'm not a stuff talker, so I just said, all right, I got you. So got in there, chew him up, and didn't hear nothing else after that.
Look,
So
I ain't gotta tell you nothing, but I'm from the show me state. I'll show you better than I can tell you.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna tell you again.
And St. Louis, St. Louis got some of the best fighters to come to be in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
We got a rich boxing history in here in St. Louis. So
I learned that from our previous guest a couple weeks ago. We had a Spinks on. Corey Spinks.
Yeah.
About the same thing. I didn't believe he's like St. Louis has one of the top places for boxing in our boxing history. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Speaking of
Hey,
boxers,
Smooth.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stan.
Could you imagine how cold I would be in boxing if they offered that at the Jewish Center? Could you just imagine? I'd be crazy out here in these streets.
That boy will be special in my Stephen A. Smith voice. So speaking of boxing, as Bunny said, 2 weeks ago we had Corey Spinks on. It was an incredible interview, and then about maybe 2 weeks prior to that, we had one of the top young amateurs in the game, and his father, Jaron and Jerron Sutton. I believe you know them.
Shut them down.
One of the best amateurs that's coming out of St. Louis, man. One of the best. He got the ability to go far in boxing.
Yeah, and his father.
I can see him being when you get your boxing gym open.
Right.
Even though you say it's catered to the youth, because he's an up and coming shoot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How old do you get out of amateur status? You have to do what, 18 and up, or when do you?
No. Actually, you could be amateur up until 25, 26.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
It just depends on when you start. If you starting from the scratch when you're 19, You got to start as amateur, of course. So it's not an age limit on being amateur. Um, but if you're ready to go, it just depends on how serious you are about boxing, and you become amateur. I see, like me, I turned professional when I was 18 years old. So I've been doing it for a while. I was doing it for a while. I laid the foundation. I did the work, um, and I was ready. I was ready to turn pro.
So Jerron Sutton says, Devon, what's the word, bruh? Then he says champ 100.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's that's one of the future kids, humble kid. He remind me so much of myself. He remind me so much of me, just laid back, get in the ring, tear some up, and after that, you go home and chill. Act like nothing ain't just happened.
Being humble. And as Miss Williams
Yes,
says, pride comes before a fall.
That
absolutely.
or right or left hook or uppercut or jab, depending on how you look at it.
Right. So if you
For me, it's the uppercut.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Got you. Opponents
Tell
be
me how you really feel about that.
hey,
Yeah,
opponents beware. Opponents beware. Just so you know. He said it.
yeah.
Not us. He
Don't
said
want none of that.
you don't want that smoke, baby.
Don't want that
Catch
smoke.
that
Look, don't
uppercut
want
is
that
going
cloud.
down.
Don't want that, none of
Yes,
that.
Right.
yes.
So if you did not take in boxing, what sport would you have chosen? And try to like take it further as you can.
If I didn't box, I wouldn't probably do sports
Mm.
because people don't know that I like politics too. I like politics.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Um,
thought that. Okay.
yeah, I like politics, and I like technology. So I probably would be a technician or something, or um, do centered around the new wave stuff. I like technology, so I used to fix stuff when I was a kid too. Used to open stuff up and fix it, see what's wrong with it, then fix it. So I used to do that. Um, or like I said, I would have, I wouldn't have been on. If I didn't box, I wouldn't have been in sports
Mm.
because I would have been focused really on school and trying to make money that way. Go the school route.
I'm sorry, I missed the infamous St. Louis question. What high school did you go to?
Rashawn,
Another V
V
side.
side,
You know
V
what?
side,
Now it all makes sense. Now I
There
feel
we
V
go.
side.
There we go.
it is a trend here.
I
You
see.
know,
Stan, I think it's a
there's some
conspiracy.
foolery afoot.
Hey, Stan, I think it's a conspiracy.
It is indeed a conspiracy. That is indeed what it is here.
Hey,
Yeah.
just realize greatness happens from the V.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Ooh, Lord.
Hey,
I know, right?
Can't tell a Wolverine nothing.
No,
Man.
no, show can't because all we're gonna do is just eat y'all alive.
Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh.
Except for us. Except for us. We lions over here. King of the jungle.
And we
Respectful.
Panthers over here. Panthers and Blue
Respectful.
Tigers, so what?
Y'all cool.
Yeah.
Y'all alright. Y'all cool.
Y'all cool. Y'all cool.
All right, so and truthfully,
We better than I. We great.
and truthfully, champ, I didn't know that you actually went to the V, but I did know your brother and your sister. Shouts out to Crystal and was that Lamar? Is that correct?
Lamar, yep.
Yeah, yeah. I was real cool with
Yep.
them during my high school years, and then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
that's what's up.
yeah. Then all of a sudden, I'm hearing about this young cat, another Alexander,
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
damn thing and holding things down for the
That's
Lou.
what's up.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's what's up.
yeah. So
Yeah.
next time you talk to him, let them know what's happening. Tell them I said what's happening, and I hope everything is well with them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He should have saw you when I shared the flyer. He probably should have saw you on the flyer.
Yeah. That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, they
That's
always
what's
been
up,
cool
man.
people.
St. Louis is small, man. St. Louis is small.
It is.
Man,
Tiny.
who you telling?
Man, yeah.
Look, how many people got caught up because St. Louis too small? But we ain't gonna
Right,
talk.
right.
Okay,
St.
Right.
Louis is small, large. It's like St. Louis is medium. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
big
You
Right.
small
small
city.
and we
Right.
large. We a
Right.
medium.
Big small city. That's what I
So
think about Memphis actually.
so champ, we know that the V, didn't have boxing, but what were you doing majority of your time if it wasn't just school at the V?
At the V, oh man, I was, to be honest, my last 2 years in high school, I was barely there because they had me traveling with the USA team with boxing, so I was
Mm.
barely there. So I had to get a tutor to go with me. The teachers agreed to give me the work I need. So, I had a tutor travel with me, and I used to do work a lot when I was on the road or I went overseas. I went to England. I've been to Hungary. So they was just shipping me everywhere. So it was going to take a few months for me to do that. So I had to take 3 months worth of work with me. So that
Mm.
was the last 2 years of my high school. But ninth and 10th, what did I do? I ain't gonna lie. It was just boxing, man. I see they had their eye on me since I was in middle school. They saw me winning these tournaments. Then you had scouts, you had promoters coming and watching me. So um, it was basically, boxing from middle school on up. It was strictly boxing.
Got you. Has there been or has there been like a history of boxing in the family?
No, no, to be honest. Well, ever since I started fighting. You got people that say, "Oh, I boxed before." Yeah, you got cousins say, "I boxed before." The older ones say they fought before, but
Back in my day.
none that I knew of.
Like the street
None that
fights
I
don't count, right?
right,
Them don't
right.
count. Okay.
Yes, they do.
None that I knew of.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah, none that made it to the level that we at. No.
Oh, well, I guess
Okay.
I'm 0-0 then.
Look,
I'm
all that
undefeated.
blood, sweat, and tears he said he got for that belt, he's like, yeah, the street fights didn't count towards that one. So
Oh well, I ain't got no fighting record then. Ha, I ain't got one.
I feel you, Devin. I understand why. Shoot, blood, sweat, and tears, they gotta count for some. I better see where it's going.
Mm.
Yes,
That is true.
yes.
So, as you said before, even since you was in, a youngin before high school, you was already being targeted in regards to boxing. Was college even an option for you?
No, no, because I was, man, I ain't gonna lie. For me to be, just looking back, I used to be like, damn, I was focused solely on boxing. I don't even remember me doing nothing for going to the club, going out, going to movies, none of it. I can't remember me doing none of it, so boxing was strictly just grinding it out, grinding it out, grinding it out. So they was scouting me early. They was shipping me here. They was sending me stuff. They was paying me once a month. So they really really wanted you know to keep me focused, keep me zoned in, and make sure that I ain't doing what I was supposed to be doing. Because there's a lot of fighters. I started off with I started off with 30 young fellows at my gym at the old police station. And, you know, as we got older, you could see them, a few of them getting killed, a few of them going to jail. You can see a few of them fall off again. So around 14, 15 years old, I had about 6 people still at the gym, but a lot of my men that I started with either dead or in jail. So that was motivation for me to keep going, keep going, keep going, stay focused, keep going. By the time I turned professional, it was just me. It was
Mm.
just one person. So um, it was a lot of motivation for me, but it was a lot of heartache too. And I'm like, I knew some of those guys that got killed, and I knew some of those guys that went to jail. So it was rough, but it was also a motivation for me too.
So during your time at the V, when did people know, like really know about you being a skilled boxer while you was there? And if so, how was the vibe being at the school? Were you in kind of like an intimidating presence? No one tried to like mess with you? How was that time?
Yeah. Uh, well, it was because I remember I had a few cameras. I had the news come there. I had a um, few times documentaries came, the newspaper came, so they was following me around in school. So and they was there all day too. So they was getting footage of me at school, coming through the walking through the hallways or whatever. So um, they knew all the kids knew, but I didn't necessarily carry myself like I'm the stuff. I didn't
I
never
was just about
I
to ask you that.
or
Your ego.
I yeah I never nobody never came to me disrespectful because I never ever threw what I was doing in nobody's face, or I was cool with everybody. I didn't no need to, if you got a problem with me, I don't know why, but if you do, what is the issue? Because I'm focused. I was zoned in, focused. I'm pretty sure a few people didn't like me, but I I didn't know about it, so I just didn't approach myself, or I never carry myself like with drama or with static. Just strictly boxing and going to school, doing what I was supposed to do at school. When I come to school, I'm focused, I'm zoned in, and then when I go out the gym, when I leave school, I'm going to the gym. That was about it. That was my whole life
So you don't have
between
to worry
middle
about
school and
distractions or anything like
yeah,
that. You want
yeah,
influence with other stuff or trying to do stuff, but strictly boxing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was strange, just like I said, looking back, how focused I was, how gangs that didn't matter to me. Um,
Did the,
Fighting and cliques didn't matter to me. It didn't.
did the neighborhood know what you were doing or trying to do so that they have a way of protecting you and making sure you didn't steer into the wrong direction anyway? Or, you had no beef with anybody in the.
Yeah, I have, like I said, I ain't never had no beef with nobody. The older guys did know I box. He was like, "Oh, you gonna be a little cold, little guy, man." So they did look out for me a lot. They
Okay.
did want to see me make it. They did want to see me make it out and
Hmm.
come back and help as many as I can. So, and I always said anyway, if I was to make it to a level that of success where I can come back and help, I'm doing it. I mean, that's why I'm still here now. That's why, because I always said I wasn't gonna leave the kids. I'm not leaving the kids because I was helped. So why would I go and get my
Hmm.
riches and leave the kids knowing they need to step up too? I can't do it. My
Mm,
conscience couldn't do it.
got you, got you.
No.
So you brought up earlier that one of your first fights you won. So take us through your very ever first fight and the first time that you got hit. What was your reaction?
No, no. My first fight I lost.
Okay, you lost. Okay.
My first amateur fight I lost, and that's what I that's why I tell you about discipline,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
because I was training for 9 months straight. Right, I was training for 9 months straight without a fight. So I'm talking stuff. I'm talking crazy. This was humble. It humbled me too. I was talking crazy. I was, man, I'm finna smash. I'm finna smash. Well, I'm fighting. I'm finna smash. And mind you, I've been training for 9 months, and I'm
Hmm.
cold. I think I'm cold. So I'm training. I got it down packed. I got the combinations down. I'm repetitions with it. I got it. So I got in there and it was nothing like I thought it was gonna go. It was, and I ended up losing my first fight. Man, when I tell you I was booing and crying, man, because I was so geeked on winning my first fight. It
Mm.
was a total letdown for me. And I started crying. I threw my medal. My coach said, "Man, if you don't
Mm.
get your butt up there and get that medal and show some good sportsmanship."
Hmm.
And that night, I think it grew me to always stay humble, always um, take your opponent serious. Don't take nobody lightly ever. I don't care if it's a guy that got a 0-100 record. Don't take nobody lightly. And that first fight taught me that. So I ended up losing that fight. I said, okay, I get it now. I understand. I
Take
get
that
it.
humble pie, do that to you, huh? Whole
Yes, yes,
that humble
yes.
pie.
Oh man, I was geeked up before the fight too, and I ended up losing. So it really taught me. I'm thankful for. I'm actually thankful I lost my first fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
Okay.
really taught me a lot. It really did.
And you
And
got more focus, more discipline, and you see, you didn't take
Yes,
opponents lightly. He's like, not gonna do that again.
yes, yes, yes.
And Miss Williams
Okay.
says, same attitude that Nelly has. With all his success, he still promotes St. Louis and invests money in St. Louis, even starting a performance art school. What was that? What was that called?
Extreme Institute,
There it is.
EI by Nelly.
That's it.
Hmm.
You sound like the
Shout out to
commercial.
Drea. Shout out to Drea Vocals, a graduate of that school.
That's what's up, man. So once again, it's the Platform Sports Talk Show. If y'all watch, well, hopefully y'all watching, but share this stream right now. Hit that like on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Spread the word because we got a champ in our
Champ
midst.
is here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
So
St. Louis.
St.
The
Louis,
champ is here.
let's go. So you brought up earlier Kevin Cunningham. How much of a
Hmm.
influence was he in regards to a trainer as well?
Oh, he was a lot of influence, especially when I was growing up. Because mind you, he's a cop. He's a cop, and you know how black people are with cops, especially in the city. He was a cop, so um, I sort of kind of felt protected that he was on our side. We got to see a different part of a police officer because before my interaction with Kevin, all police are bad. All police are just no good for black people.
Mm-hmm.
So um, it was a good thing that I was able to be under a cop like that and see him in a different light. And it made me realize that all police not bad. They mean some type of good um, sometime, sometime. So he taught me what Kevin taught me was perseverance and consistency. Because if I go to training every single day, you're going to be able to pick up on a lot of things and learn a lot of things every day. So he taught me that consistency piece, and I still take consistency to this day with me because if you're not consistent at nothing, and I go back to the 30 kids that started with me, they used to start boxing in December. They'll try to take off and come back in the summertime and end up looking horrible when they come back.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I stayed December and stayed all those months until they came back, and I looked 10 times better. So Kevin really taught me that consistency. Stay in the gym, stay focused, keep going, and you're gonna eventually make it to the top of the boxing game. So that's what I did, and he taught me that.
Mm.
Just keep going, never stop, never. No matter how hard it stings, no matter how hard it's, because not every day I wanted to go to the gym. Hell no. Not every day I wanted to get in there and get my head banged on. Not every day I wanted to get up and do those miles and all. No, heck no. But do it anyway. Do it anyway because it will pay off. So he taught me that.
I feel the same way. Not about boxing, just going to work or going out this
Yeah.
cold house. I'm like, man, I don't want to get out this warm bed. Hell no, I want to leave
Yes.
this cold house. Hell no, I want to go
Yes.
to work deal with these people.
Man, that I can't stress enough. When I go and talk to kids, I tell them about consistency. Because if you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to you got to finish college, you got to go to law school, you got to do these years and years studying, studying, studying. And if you stop, you're never going to finish. And that's what anything you want to do in life, be consistent, and you'll get there.
Do you feel
Yeah,
that?
good.
Do you feel that consistency is something that we're lacking nowadays with the younger generation?
Yes, for sure. They try to start something, and then if it get hard, they want to quit. That's not how it works.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's not the real world, but if you're dealing with so much online and see stuff online, video game, you can easily just cut the game off, cut the
Hmm.
phone off,
I was just about to say
but just
that is
working
video
through
game
taking those
mentality.
L's. It's like it's not cool to take an L, but like you said earlier, when lost your first fight, you need those L's in life.
Yes, yes, yes.
Motivated and disciplined and focused. But if you tell young people that, sometimes I notice they're not receptive. They're just like, no. But we as adults and older adults, you get more credit for when we see you go through stuff, but you get on the other side and
Hmm.
perform better and you get to your ultimate goal. We give you all the credit for that. You
Yeah.
worked through it. You worked through adversity. I mean, that's life.
Hardship makes you appreciate things too. Hardship makes you appreciate when you do finally get over that threshold. It makes you appreciate it just that much more. When you're going through hardship or when you're going through something hard. So you got to keep going. You got to, man. I done seen so many people give up, and you could be right here this close. You could knock on 100 doors, and that
Hmm.
last door you said, man, I'm tired, man, I'm going back, and that was that $1 million behind that door. But you just said, forget it, man. I'm keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Well, if you have an opportunity to talk to more young people, from what you said is great. And I know when I've talked to my niece, when you hear the success stories, that's the glamour, the glitter, or all the publicity. But it's so much behind that success story. It was not a
Mm-hmm.
cakewalk. It wasn't an easy drive to get there. But that's not seen. Or like I said, the kids sometimes don't want to put in their hard work or take those L's at
Mm-hmm.
first. But if you just see all with the person and look at all these amazing athletes, and we all know they have a story. So you telling us your story now, and all the other guests we've had, it's like the hard work people don't want to, or the younger folks seem like they don't want to actually do it or believe. I mean, of course, we would like everything to be easy, but we know that's not life. But it just seems
Mm-hmm.
the work to get to where we see all the glitter and the gold for these amazing athletes, people not really do that work. It's just like, I ain't got time for that. What?
Mm-hmm.
How you think people got to where
Exactly.
they did? Time, putting
Mm-hmm.
the effort in it, and
People don't know
listening.
how hard it's hard. Like you said, if it was easy, anybody can do it. It's hard. It's tough.
Right.
It's tough. But they say in order for you to be something special, you got to do something that the rest of the world is not doing,
Right.
or you got to do something that the rest of the people are not doing. That's how you be special. So you got to do something special to get different results, different everything. So
And that's why we appreciate having you on this show as well, because everyone has seen from the outside that they've seen you on ESPN and HBO pay per views, the whole nine.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
They see the shine, but they don't see the grind. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I get
Get
it.
on the
I
t-shirt.
get it all the time too, man. I get it all the time, man. Like when I be out, I get somebody to come up and say, "Hey, I want a box." Now, mind you, I done did this a few times. So I had a few kids keep asking me, "I want a box, man. Take me to the gym. Take me to the gym." I said, "All right, I'll take you." So if you keep asking me, I'm gonna end up taking you too. So I finally took a few of the kids to the gym. I said, "This is what you really want to do, right?" I said, "Okay." I let them train for a week straight. After a week, I let them spar. They get in there. They say, "This is what you want to do, right?" This is what I want to do. Put them in there. After they spar the first time, they never come back.
Mm.
Really?
9 times out of
One and
10, they
done?
don't come back. 9 times out of 10, they don't want to come back. See, like you said, they see the lights, camera, action. They see me on TV. They see me, with this and that. And they don't understand how tough it is, how much work it takes to get in there for 36 minutes.
Yeah.
36 minutes don't sound like a lot of time, but it takes a lot. Tons.
Mm.
Tons. So they never come back. They usually don't come back because it's that hard. It's
Mm.
that hard.
So we do have a few
Mm.
comments from Miss Williams, but before we do that, I know Stan that you had to go ahead and leave. So I know you want to say some
Yes,
lasting
yes, sir.
words.
Unfortunately, I have to go be a essential healthcare worker tomorrow, starting at 4 a.m. So that is my day. Mr. Alexander, I just want to right now just acknowledge the moment that life is nothing but a big old circle. I remember being in elementary school, way past my bedtime, watching one of your fights on pay per view because my mom bought it. It was promoted well within the city. It was all over the news. I'm pretty sure the whole city bought into that fight, and I was watching it in amazement and also not knowing what the hell was going on. Like the boxing that I had seen, it's like, you in there, everybody's gone in the first round, but that match went rounds, and I was just looking at it, and it looked like it just flowed like a dance. And ever since then, yourself and Corey Spinks, those were the names that are synonymous with legendary boxing in St. Louis. So to be able to sit here years later and to be on a call with you, that's just something that's cool for me. So I thank you for coming on to the show.
Oh man,
Smooth,
I
I thank
appreciate
you for
that.
having the
I
platform.
definitely appreciate that. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
this is crazy. If I didn't have to work in the morning, I'd be on here later. Smooth, I thank you for having the platform. Bunny, I thank you for all you do. I cannot wait until the next ladies' night. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a hoot and a half, as it always is.
Oh,
You
damn.
all a hoot and a half, two whole hoots, if you will, two whole hoots. You
Two
get two
whole hoops
hoots,
for you.
two
I give you
whole
two
hoots.
whole for you. Thank you for being an
So
essential
I'm like,
worker. Be safe,
uh,
mask up.
oh look, I have to mask, goggles, and face shield
Mm,
tomorrow.
In
So
that
mm.
yeah, this
order.
is yep in that order.
In that order.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and look forward to that awesome day. You all continue this great show. Everybody, make sure that you like and subscribe. Click on the bell so when we go live, you will be notified. I'm Stanton, and yeah, I'll see y'all next week.
All right,
All
All
Stanton.
right,
right, champ.
Stan.
All
All
right,
right,
champ.
All
yes
right.
sir.
Miss Williams says be safe.
I will. All
All
right.
right. So, Champ, continue on. She had a few comments, man. She says, going back to your conversation about Kevin Cunningham being an officer and, the perceived notion of officers and everything. She says that we need more interactions between police officers and neighborhoods like that. Both will learn something about the other, and the officers who don't learn from that are the ones who should find another profession. Then she
Mm,
also says, no matter how much you love your job, like what Bunny was bringing up earlier, there are days you just don't want to go, but it's all about that consistency at the end of the day.
mm, mm,
She says at her job, she has learned more from her mistakes than from her successes. And that's how it should be.
mm,
That's how
mm,
it should
Yeah.
be. Because if you keep on reaching that top of the mountain, how are you going to be able to handle adversity? You know?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So how can you handle that? Then she says kids see the things their parents or their neighbors have and they don't realize that they didn't start out with all that. It took
True.
years to
That's
get to
true.
where they could have that. So it's all about the
Yeah,
grind.
yeah, yeah. It's hard, man. People don't get it. Like my kids nowadays, Um, I try to tell them how rough I grew up. I try to tell them how sometimes I didn't eat, or how sometimes I didn't have good shoes to wear or sometimes I had holes in my pants, or sometimes my shoes talk, or my shoes are so busted up they start talking.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid used to talk about me and laugh at me and joke about me and all that. So I used to tell them these type of stories, but they don't believe it because that's not their life. And they be like, huh? You for real? And they don't believe it. And I try to tell them this is how life was for me. So, I try to tell them that the hard work and consistency is what made me who I am today. I wasn't born. Don't think I was born with this or whatever I got. Don't think that. I don't ever think that. And I never want people to think that. I want people to understand how hard it was because it's it's astronomical to win one title, let alone three titles.
Mm-hmm.
it's almost impossible. We got 1.5 million fighters in the world, and only 1% makes it to the top of the game or to get one of those. 1%, maybe 2%, maybe 2%. And that's how hard it is. So I try to tell people to stay consistent, man. It's hard.
Yeah, it definitely is. So Stan brought him up. Bunny brought him up earlier. We'll go ahead and talk about him now, as we had him on the show 2 weeks ago. When you hear the name Corey Spinks, what comes to mind for you?
Corey speaking. Actually, me and Corey, we was in the same gym together for years, and I looked up to Corey so much. Still do. Looked up to Corey. He was a lefty like me. He was a southpaw just like me.
Oh, okay.
And I used to mimic him a lot in the ring. So I used to look up, man. I used to be so ecstatic just to see him on TV. And you guys can go watch a few of his fights. You can see me in the back of him holding his belts. I got a few pictures actually of me holding his belt. Yeah, and it came back full circle, which is amazing. When you see me in the back, just waiting my turn, enjoying my man Corey's success, seeing how he doing it, and make sure I magnify it and work twice as harder so I can get to where he is. And that's what I learned from just that consistency too, and working hard. If Corey did 5 rounds, I'm gonna make sure I do 6 rounds because he already there. He's there. He made it to the top of the boxing game. So whatever he's doing, I'm gonna amplify it and work twice as hard so I can get, half of what he got. And it worked.
And isn't it amazing that it's been like 16 years since he had that fight against Zab Judah at the Enterprise or back then at the SkyTrain?
Yeah, I was say it's
wow.
Yep.
05, right? Yeah, it was 05.
It was either 05 or 06.
Yeah, I just had graduated too in 05.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just had graduated.
Yeah. But
I remember that was one of the biggest fights singles ever had.
Yes.
Ever.
We're talking about it too. I mean, shut that city down. You brought people from all over the world in St. Louis for this fight.
I'll never forget that fight. Yes, it was a record breaker. It was a nice moment, to be in there, to even be witnessing, a St. Louis native. Bring all that together was amazing.
Do you feel?
So I'm expecting you to find another boxer. Well, I guess we can say Jaren could be one of those to tap again like that now. So
yes,
calling him out now. I'm calling you out now. So don't say nobody said it. I did. You putting him on.
Yes.
He stayed.
He can get there. He can get there. I try to tell him and his dad, look. In boxing, you just got to stay focused. You can't let outside distractions distract you. Just stay focused. Love what you do. Continue to love what you do, because when you love what you do, you become great. You become one of the best. And just if I love flipping burgers, I become the best burger flipper out there because I love what I do. So. Just keep loving it. Keep love what you do, and you're going to become one of the best.
So let me ask you this. Since once you got amateur status and became professional, you did a lot of fights in the U.S. and outside of the U.S., correct?
Mm-hmm.
So do you pick it, your manager, the promoter? How do y'all know where to have the fights? And, how do we get another big one back to St. Louis?
Yeah, that a lot of people ask me this question too. A lot of people ask me. A lot of no, it's good because I want them to know, because boxing is a business, right? Of course, it's business. It's about finances. It's about everything. So, and it takes a lot to put a fight together, especially when you're at my level. It takes a lot to put together. So um, just say St. Louis say that they're interested in the fight. Okay, they want to bring it to the Savage Center or any Chapes Arena, and New York said, "I want the fight too," or California say they want the fight. So the promoter usually goes to the venue and you say, "Okay, what you gonna give me for the fight?" And 9 times out of 10, St. Louis really never want to put up that real money for real. You know, in New York say, all right, we got $1 million for you here, or California say we got $1.5 million over here. St. Louis will lowball you and say, all right, we got 400. Man, but this is home for him, man. This is home. This is where he want to fight. This is where he need to be. This and that, this and that. And I don't mind that, but it's about what the promoter want to do and what make business sense for everybody. You know, the people on the undercards, everything goes into account where you have the fight at. So that's usually why I don't fight here. You know, usually in Vegas, California, like my last fight was in California, or Florida, or somewhere else, because St. Louis, you know, they bring it to them, you know, and now, mind you, I mean, I ain't trying to be controversial or nothing, but if I had the right skin color, they'll put that money up.
Right.
They'll put that money up
Facts.
quick and fast. If I had the stuff I done did in the game, Bush Stadium, everybody would be like, oh yeah, we could get behind them. We get give them a bag to bring trucks up. Bring it, let's make it happen. You know, so they try to they lowball you.
When you say they, is it private funding or is it the city or the venue owner?
The venue.
Whoever runs the venue. Okay.
Yeah.
And with all those bells behind you, they still won't want to put it up because your color, your skin a little different. Really? You proving yourself.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. This is the side of the city that you don't like. I'm not you. Yeah. I'll speak for me. This is the side of the city I don't like. And you're in the politics, and I am too, even though I'm not a St. Louis. I was born and raised in the St. Louis city limits, and I know, you know, we got an alderman board. They make big decisions, and of course, if people don't keep up with it, they don't know who makes the power moves. Because look at most of our venues for sports is in downtown St. Louis. We know the city people have a lot to say. Not all, but enough.
Yep.
Oh.
So
maybe go the private route.
So I try. It really. I do want to fight it I want to fight home so bad. You know, I do want to fight here because when we do bring a fight here, St. Louis comes out.
Right.
You know, the last time I fought here, I fought Marcos Medina. We did a gate of 12 grand. So they come out. They usually come out, but that money, it's always the business part where they, you know, they really show you what they think about you or what you worth by what they put up. So why would I, if New York said, all right, we'll give you 700 grand to come here and fight, why would I come back and fight for 150 grand if they just offer me that in New York? You know, it just doesn't make sense. So that's why it's so hard to come here, you know, and I want to fight here badly. So, but we gonna make it happen. We'll make it happen sooner or later, you know, hopefully.
So
if I can hit that lottery, be a multi-billionaire real quickly, we can do some private funding and have our own venue to be.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There it is. So Champ, who is like the main negotiator between you and, like you said, the venue? Is it okay? You have the final say, or do you have a certain person like an agent who does the negotiations? How does that go? If you don't mind explaining.
Well, promoter, you got the promoters, you got their advisors, and you have the TV. The TV is part of it too. The TV, they got to check that they right too to be on the network too. So and then you got the venue where you want to host the fight at. So typically they know about these type of deals and what it's supposed to look like because they did it so long. I don't think my promoter per se even want to try it because they so exhausted with St. Louis. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but you would think that they care about more of a St. Louis fighter more.
Mm-hmm.
But
makes sense to me.
that's another subject. But they go and they go to the big heads at the venue and they negotiate. They put the whole part. You see, you gotta worry about the gate. You gotta get the TV. You gotta get the check from the TV, the check from the venue, the merchandise, stuff like that. You gotta all put that into account where the fight is gonna actually be at before we even consider that venue. So my promoter, he talks on behalf of me and my manager. They talk on behalf of me and just go from there. If that don't work out, if just say St. Louis don't work out, they go somewhere else. And it's a true saying that when you leave out of your hometown, they treat you better.
Yeah.
And that's been my experience. That as soon as I leave, that they pull out the red carpet, they do this. And not saying that I need that. I'm saying for is, appreciating the talent, they appreciate you a lot more when you leave St. Louis.
It sounds like you want to have that Corey Spinks versus Zab Judah moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
You earned it though. I want you to have it too.
Absolutely. I've been wanting that. And it doesn't have to be a Corey or Zab, but I've been wanting that big fight to say, okay, all right, let's make it happen. But we still working. We still, like I said, I got this new 3-fight deal, so we still working, man. Hopefully, one of those can come to St. Louis.
So,
I pray.
Do you feel that outside of St. Louis, that people don't respect the boxing history here in St. Louis?
Well, yeah, if they really knew how rich history that St. Louis is, they appreciate it more. But a lot of them don't know. A lot of them really don't know. You got Leon Spinks who beat Muhammad Ali with 8 fights. With 8 fights. So you got a lot of talent. You got Traumalet who fought Zab Judah. You got the Finger Twins. You got Sonny Liston. You got some of the greats that come out of St. Louis. And you mean to tell me you don't want to push that?
Right.
Because St. Louis, the support is there.
Okay.
I got some really good supporters here in St. Louis at home that support me no matter what. No matter what, they're going to be there. So, they don't appreciate it. No, they don't. But like I said, and like I'm going to say this again, I ain't trying to be controversial. But if I was a little lighter, they would be on it. They would be, oh man, they would jump right on it. Jump right on it.
Well, I'm not gonna lose faith in this process. I mean, it may be a marathon before we get you in St. Louis to do a fight. Maybe marathon, not a sprint, but I ain't gonna lose hope. And if not,
it
that's
can
another
happen.
promise in boxers.
Yeah,
it
can happen though.
I hope it in my lifetime. Okay.
Right. While we can still see.
I know, right? Yes. I don't want to be drawing Social Security. I'm just saying.
Miss Williams says, is it worth trying to do matches virtually, or does it not work without a crowd being present?
Well, they've been fighting without a crowd on TV.
Yeah.
They did on ESPN. They did a few times on Showtime. But she hit the nail on the head. It's not lucrative. It's not. You're going to take a big pay cut. You're going to take a huge, because there's no
Butts
gate.
in the seats.
There's no nothing. So you're going to take if you were supposed to get $500,000, you're going to get 150,000. Just based off that alone. So it's good, but that's part of the virus, the pandemic. So you got to take the good with the bad sometimes.
They still want to have boxing. They don't want to not have it, even if you got to take a
right.
L. But at least let's still show it on TV. Whoever has Showtime or whatever. Because if you don't show it at all, you're gonna lose interest, lose people, and it'll be hard to draw them back in.
Yep.
Yeah, so I get it.
So, let's talk about your first championship. We see the belts; it's incredible. But just tell us, man, tell us that feeling from your perspective when you realize that ding, 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 the winner is Devon, the great Alexander. Tell us how that felt.
Oh man, that's a feeling. Every time somebody asks me that question, there's a feeling that just in there, and that you can just spit off right off the bat. I'm never gonna forget that feeling ever a day of my life, because when you come from a situation or living arrangement or a city where I'm from or how I grew up, you want to appreciate it times a million more. And when I tell you, when I fought for the world title, mind you, before that, I trained so damn hard, it's ridiculous. When I tell you that nothing was going to stop me from winning that title, nothing at all. And I was so focused, so zoned in on my dream to winning the world title. Could nobody tell me nothing? You can be talking to me right here in my ear, and I cannot be. I'm focusing on that opponent. You could be this close to me and talking to me. I ain't listening to nothing you're talking about. Nothing at all. But going back to the world title. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I first got to the gym, I was 8 years old. And it was a picture of Azuma Nelson. He was a WBC champion from Africa. Azuma Nelson had on the green belt. And I said, I'm going to win that belt. This is going to be my first belt I win. I told my coach that, and that was the first title I won. Just so happened, my first title, I won the green belt that I talked about with Azuma Nelson. So going back to that night, mind you, I stopped them in the 8th round. I stopped them. So when I tell you my head was spinning, I mean, the thought, everything came rushing, the feelings, the broken hands, the bloody noses, the busted lips, all of it. I was thinking about my dad. My dad died in 2005 when I was just going to the Olympics. So I was thinking about that, how proud he would be if he was there. Just so a million emotions just come rushing. And for them to put that belt on me, knowing that I'm the WBC world champion, when people ask me that, I can't explain it because I don't know how to put it into words yet, because it's not a feeling that you can dream of, man. It's amazing. It was amazing, man. It was, just all those amateur fights, all those professional fights came to that one moment when they put that green belt that solidifies you as the world champion. So just can't. I don't know. You just can't explain it. It's a feeling that you have to go through to even understand the magnitude of that moment.
Okay. Yeah, that has to be such a an amazing feeling to go through that
Like you
feeling.
was on a whole high euphoria,
Man,
like,
Yeah,
oh,
hey, can't nobody tell him
yeah,
nothing after that, boy.
I know,
yeah.
right?
Can't nobody tell
so
him nothing.
Can't tell me nothing at all. At all.
so I guess I'm not sure how it works, so correct me if I'm wrong. You when you fight on the undercard, you are one of the first and second boxing match before the main event. How many times were you on an undercard ticket before you became the main boxing event?
Oh, a few. That was my whole begin. My first, I would say, my first 16 professional fights been under undercards. My
Yeah,
first 16 fights. Actually, I won my first small world title to get me ranked in the WC. So you got different world titles that you can fight for before you get to the real title. And when Zab fought Corey, when Zab fought Corey, that I won a small belt that night too. It wasn't nothing major, but I
I
won.
didn't know you fought that night too. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing major, but it was
It's
a
major to
belt
you?
that
No.
yeah, it was
Once
a
something
major.
major to you, it's major.
Yeah, heck yeah. And I was running that whole night. I can remember me running that whole night.
Uh,
So my first 16 fights was definitely an undercard. It's definitely a process trying to make it to that world title. You guys, when you are first coming up, shoot, you could be a swing belt, meaning you're gonna fight after the main event. When everybody leaves,
Oh wow.
I didn't know
you
they
can
had
fight.
those. Wait, what? You
That's
call it
what
a
they
swing fight?
that's what they call a swing bout, meaning
Oh, okay.
we can try to because of the TV schedule, we can try to squeeze you in, and they don't play about the time or whatever. They strict about their time, especially on TV. So when are you just starting out and you're not that important, you become a swing back. So either they can stick you in somewhere. Hopefully you get a first round knockout. Then they say, okay, here up the glove up. Then you got to rush and glove up, and then you got to rush in there. Or if they can't squeeze you in before the TV, you got to fight after everybody in the lot left, and the judge and the referee still there, but everybody in the left.
Look, so that's just like boxing now, no crowd. Just
Yes.
you, your opponent.
Yes.
They were doing that before the pandemic. Just
Yes.
on the low. Okay. Wow.
It's
Swing belt.
it's a humbling experience because you know that you are in a process. You know that they don't give a damn about you yet. So you got to pay your dues.
Okay.
You do got to pay your due. That's something you got to go through. Every champion have been through it. Every one of them. Every one of them. Sometimes you're the first fight of the night, so you got to fight maybe at 3:00, maybe 2:00. And nobody in the arena.
Right. I mean, so I'm fighting in the evening time.
Yes.
Late afternoon fighting. What?
That's part of that process. It's a process to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a humbling experience when you first start out.
Okay.
Yes.
So
you're teaching me something here, boy.
So one of my favorite all-time sports movies is Rocky, and we had a conversation with Corey Spinks, talking about the different Rocky movies. And one of the biggest takeaways for me was how he trained a certain way when he faced a certain opponent. So if he's facing a Mr. T type guy, his approach may have been to bulk up a little bit. Or if it was someone who was a little bit quicker, he would train a certain way to be quicker. Was that the same thing for you? Did you have to train a certain way depending on the opponent that you fought?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You got so many different styles in boxing where you have to, first you got to study your tape, and fighters are repetitious. We are repetitious fighters, and we do through.
Uh-oh. We just cut the
Yeah, I
connection.
think his feed got cut off for a second, y'all. So we apologize. We'll hope that we can get him back on very soon. You know, the whole fee going on. So let's see if we can get his connection back on. But in the meantime, I hope y'all been enjoying so far the
Yeah.
champ on the show. We'll wait till he get back at us. What are your thoughts so far on everyone who's watching? What are your thoughts so far on this interview? I think it's been personally another incredible interview with him,
Telling you.
getting to see a whole different side of what he's going through. Like, can you imagine that you are on about, let's say this back in the old days, that you are on the same card with like a Mike Tyson doing the main event, and then you're asked to be the fight after that,
After.
where people are like, okay, we gone.
Everybody literally walking through to the exit doors.
Yeah.
You see all the popcorn, trash all in the seats and staying. They ain't cleaned up nothing.
Right,
but
right.
It's emptied out, and they be like, okay, now time for you to fight, glove up.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You see Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan leaving out, and you like, man, no, see me.
Everybody out this. I'm like, wow,
man.
It's like you gotta be ready to like.
Right. they like, hey, no, see me, stay here. But for those watching right now, we had the champ on, Devon Alexander. His feed cut off, so we're hoping to get him right back on, because we have a whole lot more to discuss with him. But in the meantime, until we get him back on, just wait on him to give me that confirmation that he's back on, he's good to go. But in the meantime, let's go back to some other sports topics while we have the opportunity. Real quick, we talked about college basketball. We didn't get more into it, but SLU, Mizzou, they both looking like, where can we ever play again, coach?
Man, I mean, it like you said with SLU, it's been since before Christmas time.
Yeah,
like, literally.
Yeah,
and the last time they've got to play, and then every few days you feel like it's another postponement and another postponement. It's like, my gosh.
But
I mean,
it was crazy.
I want them to be healthy. I want the staff to be healthy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And what's crazy
but we
is
need
like
outlets. We need sports for an outlet.
it's like ever since the Billikens have been ranked, they haven't played.
Exactly. Unfortunately.
In which shouts out to to SLU, to Illini, to Mizzou, because they all are ranked in the top 25. We have not seen that
for the area. This is the first time in a long time.
In a long time. So definitely shouts out to SLU, Mizzou, Illini. They've been off and on. I think they lost like maybe 4 or 5 games this season. Oh, here we go. I believe he's back now. Get the champ back in.
The champ is here.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, round number 5. Round number 5, champ. All right, there we go.
Sir, I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's all good. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
Glad you're back.
Oh yeah.
Look, you may have been down, but you weren't out. All right.
Yes. Sorry about that.
All right, so let's continue on, man. So we were talking about the training. Once again, how you train for a certain opponent. Continue to tell us your story. Tell us about what you go through in regards to getting ready for a certain opponent.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got a lot of styles in boxing, especially with just say Tyson. Tyson's a brawler, so you want to have to keep Tyson because he's a bull. He got that bull mentality. So you got to keep Tyson long, keep him away. You go have to, if he get in, he gonna knock your head off. So you're gonna fight him different than you fight somebody else. So each fight, me and my trainer go and look at some tape and like, okay, this guy is gonna move a lot. So we gotta prepare for somebody who's gonna be running around all damn day. Mm-hmm. So everybody's different. So you approach every fight different. Everybody. If you approach things the same way every time, you ain't got a good team. Your team ain't good at all. Because everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
You
Shouts
don't want to
out.
be at one thing. One thing you don't want to be in boxing is a a, a one style fighter
Right.
because that's so predictable.
Yeah.
That was Tyson's downfall. Is he was a one style fighter. He can only fight one way. It wasn't no different way he can fight, but come straight at you, and that was one of his downfalls.
Mm. Shouts out to
Didn't think about
James
it.
Alexander. He says decode.
What's up, champ? J Money.
Say and Bunny loves these nicknames. So we've
I
heard
do.
we've heard a
I
lot
do.
of different interesting nicknames from our past guests when they reminisce about their
Man.
old days. So
I don't even ask how you got that one, but that's not bad. I'll let him have that one.
you know, we got
I
J
ain't know I
Money.
don't want the backstory. He fine.
Hey, we got J Money. We got Money McGee. We got it all, man,
I
on the
know.
platform Sports Talk Show.
Yes, indeed.
So you brought
You know, black people always gotta come up with a nickname.
I
exactly,
know, right?
exactly.
Especially half the time from people in your hood. If not, it's people in your family. That's one of the two. That's it.
Right.
Miss Williams says that her favorite all-time boxer is Larry Holmes. He had an incredibly long reach. He used his long left arm to keep opponents at bay with a series of jabs until he saw an opening when he would rock them with his powerful right.
They said Larry Holmes was one of the ones that had the best jab in boxing.
Mm.
He had the best jab. If you got a good jab, you 9 times out of 10 gonna win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You really gonna win it because that jab is so important. So Larry Holmes was a good one. He hated beating Muhammad Ali like that. He hated it. He was crying and everything when he beat Muhammad Ali because Muhammad Ali was past his prime around that time too.
Right,
so,
right.
and he was just coming up, and he hated it. He hated it because he said he always looked up. You guys can go see it on YouTube too. He said he just used to look up to Ali all the time, and he hated he beat him like that. You know what I'm saying?
So there's been a few times that you mentioned, a fight may be a half a meal or whatever. When you first got that paycheck, and I ain't talking about paycheck, I'm talking about that check. What was the first thing that you that you did or that you got?
First thing I did, first I bought a house. And I was stupid. Because people gotta understand that when you are a kid from the hood, you go buy the stuff you always wanted, the stuff you always thought you couldn't get, the stuff you thought that you really, really wanted. But after a few years, you like, man, what the hell is it? You didn't mean to tell me I spent my whole life wanting this, and this was all it was about. It was not worth it at all. So I did buy a house with my first paycheck. I did. I bought a house, and I spent a lot of it on frivolous things like that didn't mean jack diddly at all.
Mm. Okay. So do you feel?
And I just as you get older, you appreciate things more.
Yeah. Do you did you feel that you needed to have like a financial advisor? I believe his fee may be.
I think all athletes.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you because in school they don't teach you.
No, that's on purpose, but yeah, they don't.
They don't teach you that aspect of managing money. They don't teach you about your credit score. They don't teach you about this and that. So
look, that's for us regular broke folks. We don't get taught that. We learn on our
right.
Mm-hmm.
So when a kid that's used to nothing comes into a large sum of money, they usually blow it because wasn't taught. So I think all athletes and regular folks should have a financial advisor. I really do, because that really helps you in the long run. It really does.
How to sustain what you earn when you
Yes.
get payments.
Yes.
Let me see. James Alexander said we had a lot of fun, bro. And then he laughed. So y'all must have been some troublemakers back in the day or something.
What shenanigans did y'all get into?
That's my baby brother.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's even more reason to get in trouble together.
You hear that?
For each other.
You hear that laugh, right,
man.
Bunny? You hear that laugh he got going
right. on. He don't even want to tell even one story out. It's okay. Doing some shenanigans though.
I am a good guy, man. I'm a good guy.
That's fine. Hey, that's your story. You stick to it. I'm not mad at you. I know nobody is perfect. Remember that.
Hey, Bunny, he was cheesy. He said, "I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy."
He trying to impress his mama still. Like, mama, look, I'm a good guy. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh my God, them Alexander brothers. I tell you.
So.
You know what? How did you know? That's what they say. Those Alexander boys.
There it is. There it is right there. So, Devon, what would you say was like that one signature win that kind of like propelled you to higher heights?
I had a few of those, actually. I had a few of those. To be honest, my first world title, I fought Junior Witter. And that really is the slingshot that took me over. That really, said, okay, this guy's the real deal. They had no choice but to take me serious. They had no choice but for the money to come correct. They couldn't put me on no damn swing bout no more. They had to take me serious. So my first world titles when I would say what shot me to stardom, to and a few other fights too, but that was the one that they said Devon Alexander is in the building.
All right.
And
put the world on notice. What?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Another one from St. Louis.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you did have a bout with Timothy Bradley, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I fought him. When did I fight him? I fought him after I won my second world title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I unified, when I knocked Urango out, I fought him then. Yeah. I fought Timothy Bradley. I fought some of everybody, man. Some of everybody.
Yeah. Was and you said that you wasn't never like a trash talker, but has there been anything close to like an altercation happening before the actual match, or everything has been pretty cool leading up to the match?
See, man, that's a damn good question, because I don't think so, man. I think I would like one of those though, to be honest. But let's see. No, damn, that's messed up too, man. Because I never had one to be like.
You really got them thinking.
I never had nobody to talk crazy to me.
Yeah.
Or talk about my mama, or talk about me or anybody, So that's a first, damn. But yeah, I just never was able to. We'll go. We do a little trash talk, like, I'm gonna smash you. You need to beat this guy, or little small stuff, but nothing strenuous like we finna go blow barehanded or nothing. No, I haven't. I wish I did though.
Now, just so you know,
I need to toughen up, man. I need to toughen up.
Right.
Really,
now,
at this point. Come on.
So, just so you know, champ, here on the Platform Sports Talk Show, we are the home of asking great questions. Just so you know, okay?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Because damn, I have not been able to let loose
I mean, we even
like this.
had Guy Tori emotional and on like straight tears doing an interview a few months back. So
Yeah,
it gets real here on the platform Sports Talk Show.
yeah, man. That was a good question because I never had that moment that highlight reel to say nobody never cursed me out either, man. That's crazy. How is it? I don't know. I should have provoked him more or something. I don't know.
Oh man. So you said that some of the highs was of course winning the world title. What would you say was maybe one of the lowest points of you being a boxer?
You there? I see him. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think it's
You were breaking up a little bit.
okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
now we
All
can.
right, yeah. Let me ask the question again. So you talked about
Okay.
the highs. You talked about the moment that propelled you to higher heights. What would you say was maybe a
Mm-hmm.
moment or two that you would consider one of your lowest points while being a boxer?
Oh man, the lowest point. I would have to say that was in 2014. Let's see. No. Yeah, that was 2014. So backstory: I fought Marcus Medina. I beat him. So before I fought him, I was sparring, right? I was sparring and I was in the gym or whatever. And then one of my sparring partners elbowed me in my nose.
Mm.
And after that, my nose was like huge, like big. And I thought it was broke, but it wasn't broke or whatever. So it was too close to the fight for me to do anything about that. So I just said, forget it. We got to get through this fight. Forget it. Let's just focus on the fight. So after the fight, I went to the doctor, and they initially thought I was broke. So they scheduled me for surgery to fix my nose. When they went in there, it wasn't broken at all. It was like a blood clot that had it pushed on my nose.
Mm.
So he got the blood clot out and whatever. So mind you, me, I'm a clean cut guy. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that stuff or whatever. So, doing surgery, well, I didn't know, but now I know. Doing surgery, they send for pain medication and antibiotics or whatever. I went to go pick that up before my surgery, went to surgery, and then after surgery, I can find myself becoming addicted to painkillers. And
Mm.
that had to be one of the lowest points of my career because I don't know how it got me, but it got me. I don't know what I wish the doctor would have told me. Hey man, look, a couple days, take this for a couple days, throw them away. I wish the doctor would have told me, now, don't even fool with that. Don't mess with that, because I didn't know how strenuous it was because I'm a clean cut guy. I never even took Tylenol, Advil, anything. So here I am. After surgery, I did what was prescribed and end up, taking it when I didn't need it. And then 6 months later, I'm still doing the same thing. And then year went by and it got me.
Mm.
So that was probably one of the lowest points in my career, you know. And just looking back, if someone would have told you Devon Alexander would have been addicted to anything, everybody know me. He's like, huh? Not that. What? Hell no, not Devon. Not yeah. It got me somehow, some way. It got me, and I don't regret anything. It was going on for 2 years, and um, finally I had came clean to my coach, and then to my wife, and we got help and been straight ever since.
I
And
commend you for telling
yeah,
you that
definitely,
story.
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah, we definitely
that's
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, it's
appreciate
out there,
that.
man. And you know, I'm a private person. Nobody knows, you know, about my family. Nobody knows nothing. I'm a private. I always been private. Never one of my kids in spotlight. Never. So when it came to decision for me to come out with it, I was hesitating because I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know. But when I did, it helped so many people. So many
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
When it, when I tell you I still get inboxes every single day on people asking me, how did I how was you able to overcome something powerful? How was you able to come? And mind you, I was one of those people that I ain't gonna lie. I used to ask myself, what the hell would people? What would make people want to continue to take something that's altering a personality, that's affecting how they function?
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those people that, not I wouldn't say judge, but I was wondering why it didn't make sense to me that anybody would just do that to themselves. But I found myself on the other end of the spectrum, and I get it. I mean, I get it now, and I understand it now. And you know, it was a low point. It was a very low point in my life. I never thought in a million years that me would be dealing with that. You know, but I did, I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for it. I've been through it, and I done helped so many people since then. Since then, it's been 3 to 4 years. I appreciate everything I've been through dealing with that stuff.
Yeah,
They say addiction is, a deadly disease. I mean, it's sometimes for some people it's a slow killer. Other people, they bounce back. But yeah, for you to speak out about it, that's excellent. Appreciate it.
It's when I was going through classes, when I was going through going to see therapists or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they'll tell me how some athletes, football players, basketball players, they are addicted to painkillers, but they wouldn't dare try to come out about it, or they going through it in silence, or they ain't finna tell nobody. They say 10%, maybe 20% of the people that's in the NFL right now are addicted.
yep,
Um, a lot of people that you don't know is addicted.
yep.
It's an epidemic, to be honest. Just me being around it, or because it I put it like this: if it can grab me,
It can grab anybody.
it can grab anyone.
Have anybody?
I don't give a damn.
Absolutely.
You can say, see, I was one of those. You can say, man, it grabbed me so fast. I was like, year year later, 2 years later, it had me.
Hey,
And
When you talk to your young people, do you mention this part of your life story as well, or
absolutely,
okay?
absolutely, because they got to understand too. Because I know they experiment with. They think it's cool because they heard in rap songs. They think it's cool because some talking about lean or purge. That's horrible, horrible. So I do talk about that because one just I think a rapper just died getting off the airplane overdose
Yeah,
on
kind of hot. Huh?
just getting off the plane.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
Airplane
just hearing that.
race.
Okay, I'm sorry. Make sure that we hear you clearly. And just hearing what you just said about pretty much having that invincibility mentality. That's how I felt prior to my car accident that I had September of 2019. Like I felt, I never been in an accident before. It ain't gonna happen to me. I'm free and I'm smooth. Whatever. And then that one moment in like 10 seconds, my whole life, my whole outlook changed. So when you talked about your addiction and how you felt, hey, now I'm Devon the Great. I can overcome everything. Whatever. It's just a whole different thing when reality comes in and gives you that reminder, like, hey, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, how much money you make, whatever you're doing, something can happen. And, and ever since then, it's like I'm on the road. I won't say I'm paranoid, like, oh my God, something's going to happen. But you get that reminder of, as you've been preaching pretty much throughout this whole interview, about humbling yourself. Because don't just think no matter where you are, no matter how great things are going for your life, that something can't just stop you right then and there.
Uh-oh. Frozen, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay,
now we can hear you.
So many people that took, life for granted itself, or what they have for granted, and think they can't lose it. They think they invincible, to be honest. And it's sad to see, them act like they are invincible, which is the most sickest thing, whatever. But I'm just life in general. I came from a humble upbringing, and I didn't need to go through what I went through to know that I need to appreciate everything that around me, family, everything. So, that's I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. Man, but this has once again been an incredible show. We definitely appreciate you being on here. Let's talk about some other sports real quick. Over the last 10 years or so now, UFC, mixed martial arts, they came in and just did the damn thing. Do you feel that has hurt boxing at all? I think his signal must be going weak again. Let's wait till he come back. While he's waiting, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. Yours truly, along with
Bunny.
There we go. Waiting on the champ signal. He must have that same Wi-Fi that Nelly had.
Yeah, he on that boom signal instead of that zoom signal.
Yeah,
boom.
Right.
he
still on that boom. You really.
Yeah, and he on that. Like I said, that Nelly Lake St. Louis Wi-Fi. You gotta holler at your peoples, man, so we can go ahead and get the Wi-Fi right for you, brother. Holler at your peoples. You come in here a little bit. Here we go. We can hear you.
Yeah. I got, man, I hate to be like Nelly, man.
that signal, man. The suspect over there.
Man. Dang, goddamn charter, man.
He called him out. Hey, we ain't do it.
Call him out.
We ain't do it, Charter, okay? Hey, he did it. Not us.
He needs Charter signal for every Wednesday night. So,
hey, you know.
Actually, we need them for the work day on the weekdays too. So we can't call.
Yeah. And see, I'm pretty sure that this the time in which Miss Williams gonna say, get that AT&T fiber, because she got that going on. She said she love it.
Yeah, I heard it was good. Yeah,
she love it. Let's see. So yeah, once again.
So you saying something about MMA?
Yeah. So do you feel that that UFC and mixed martial arts, that they have it hurt boxing a little bit, or it hasn't had any effect at all in boxing?
Me being in it, they try to be they try to compare or whatever, but the thing about it is boxing is and still is it's going to be around forever. It's a sport that's going to be there that you're going to watch regardless. You're always going to go in a barbershop if it's a big pay-per-view fight. You're always going to be talking about it, or you're always going to want to watch it. I don't think they done stepped on our toes too much, because the thing about MMA is, and I can't understand for the life of me, is they top guys only get $100,000, which is, I know they're making way more money than that. But they top guy, I think I read where nobody in MMA have made over $1 million.
What?
Which is crazy. Crazy to me, because the top 10th guy in boxing can make $1 million. The top 11th guy can make $1 million. So I just never understood why their money was looking funny.
Good question. Is it too many hands in the pot? Is it more money to be split among people, or
because just to a year and a half ago, when nobody even making $1 million.
And that's crazy because that advertising money that they getting for them fights is rolling in. There's some brain cells dropping off ad dollars.
Yes.
Again, I'm not even into MMA to keep up, but I just know in general how business work with sports, and we dealing with TV and viewership.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's money.
So I never understood. So that they can't compare. It's not a comparison, to be honest, because boxing is legendary. It's a newer sport. They did make some headway, and they making noise where it's mixed martial. It's street fighting. I call it street fighting. I call it, anything goes. You can elbow, you can choke, you can do some everything, and it's got some rules to it. And I don't know. I guess it's about what you like. It's about what you like. I watched it I watched it a few times, and I ain't got no problem with MMA fighters or anything. So
okay.
Actually, I'm tight with my man Willie too, Tyrone Willie.
Oh yeah,
that's my man. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier that you have a fight in February. Give us more details about that fight.
February is supposed to be on Fox Channel 2 here, but it's gonna be on Fox Live TV. I think our opponent will be Cody Crowley. I'm not sure yet, but in boxing opponents fall out all the time. So by the fifth week before the fight, the opponent's gonna change. So you just never know. But right now, I'm supposed to be fighting some guy named Cody Crowley. That's supposed to be the end of February. We don't have a solid date for that, but I should know within a week or so. Okay. The press release and everything should be out, and everybody should be hearing about it. Flyers and posters and stuff will be coming out next week and a half or so.
So when was your last fight?
Last fight I didn't fight last year. So it was in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm always in shape. I'm always in the gym. The Rock is always.
Look at them guns! Oh, look at them guns! He can take out a whole city with them guns.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm always in shape. I'm always getting in. Always. So I knew it was gonna be a rough year last year because of the virus. There's gonna be too many stipulations, and everybody was fighting over who's going to fight or whatever. So, but this year we gonna fight a couple times.
Miss Williams says, "Look at those guns."
I said, dude, he's trying to take out
Yeah.
everybody. And Lewis, watch out. He can take us all out, man.
They say, man, it look ill-informed. Why does it look like that?
I'm about to say, I've never seen arms with biceps like that. What?
So
Man, that's the first time. Wow.
So you don't want to mess
Never
with
seemed
me.
to amaze me, Mr. Devon. Never seemed to amaze me. Okay.
I try to be different.
You're doing a great job.
So
Now look, any other dude in St. Louis could not approach me and say, "Oh, they work." I said, "You ain't see what Devon got."
right. So as we come to a close with this great interview with you, what are some advice that you would like to give to those who are trying to get into boxing?
So where future fights or classic fights? Classic fights?
Just for people who are thinking about getting into boxing, period.
Well, when people ask me that, I wouldn't say look at no fights. When people just ask, because looking and doing is two different things. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever did some boxing training?
I haven't. I want to. I haven't.
When you do,
so you're gonna make sure we do that in our life, huh?
When you do, I think when people do boxing training, they like it. You get to like it, and it's fun. But trying to do it, for amateur or professional, you will see if you really want to do it by actually getting there. So if you do want to fight, come to the gym, train for a week and a half, maybe 2, and then spar. That's what I would say. Spar, get in there, see how you like getting hit. Because my younger brother didn't like getting hit. So he said, I'm good on that. So see if that's what you want to do. Because boxing is not for everybody. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boxing, you have to want to engage. You have to want to take shots. You gotta want to. This is not just something you just wake up and say, okay, I want to box. It doesn't work like that. So I would say to anybody who want to box, come to the gym, train a little bit, then spar. After you spar, when I see a fighter come back after they spar, I see that they want to do it.
Cool. Well,
when you see a fighter, somebody that sparred and had a tough sparring, got the nose bloody, all that, and they came back, that's a fighter you can work with.
Okay. Well, between you and, because I see Jerron said, get at him, so I got you. So, champ, after you get done winning your next fight, let's make sure that we connect and make that happen, man. Go to a gym and show me some things, man. Put me on game, cause
you'll like it, my man. You'll definitely
look. Put me on game up until the sparring part. Then that's no go. I want six pack like the boxers. I want to get what I'm working with.
You'll like that. You'll like that, Bunny. You'll like it.
Cause I'll jump rope. I know it's not easy either, that part, but doing that, the abs, the legs, the mind. I know it's all mental too with this. So yeah.
You appreciate it. Anybody who does boxing training appreciate it that much more. They appreciate it.
And Ms. Williams says she hopes to see you fight in the STL sometime soon.
Hopefully, yes. I totally agree with that. Tell her to call your mayor, call everybody.
Unless it's a transition this year, right? Because the mayor's hands is supposed to change. So.
Who's winning the mayor race, you guys? Oh, you guys can't say right now.
Well, again, I can't vote because I'm not a St. Louis City resident, but just remember, I got a soror that's on the ballot.
Shouts out to Shara Jones. Is that correct?
Yes.
Shara Jones, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So something that I noticed that you posted on the promo that I want you to get more into. I know you talked about how you want to, um, build something and have it for free for the kids, etc. But how important is it for you to give back to the community?
Oh, that's giving back. That's my ultimate goal. I can see myself retiring, helping kids. Because always, like I said, I always said if I was to make it, I'm gonna go and get those kids that's down there. Because when you grow up in that type of environment, you 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 actually think that's kind of normal. As being a kid, just say you growing up in that type of environment, you think it's normal not to eat sometimes. You think it's normal, the lights get cut off sometimes. You think it's normal that the gas get cut off sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's normal that you got to sleep in front of a heater or a space heater at nighttime. You cover up with your coat, or you cover up with some type of shirt or whatever. You think it's normal. So and I understand what a lot of kids in the city is going through. So it's just so important for them to see me. I want them to understand that I was that guy. I was that kid that was hungry at nighttime. I was that kid that stayed right there by you where they stayed at. I was that kid. And if I can do it, see, and a lot of I'm gonna say that one reporter, what did he say? He said I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. That really made me mad
Oh
because
wow.
people don't understand just how much work where I came. Because by him saying that, he diminishing the struggles that I did go through, because that made it that much better than what I was going through. So I don't want them to. I want them to know that I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I want them to know that it's okay to be without. It's okay to come to school just to eat. It's okay to come to school with Payless shoes or with shoes that not attractive. It's okay because I've been there. I've done it. So I want to make it almost like normal to no kid don't want to go through it, but I want them to feel good about, and don't make it. They don't have to make it permanent. I want them to know this is temporary. Everything is temporary, and if you work hard, you put the effort behind the hard work and consistent and never give up, you gonna be an amazing person growing up. Amazing. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to instill in the kid.
That's
Okay.
what's up, man. And Miss Williams says,
Appreciate that.
let's see, would love to see something in North St. Louis. Her church is in a 2100 block of St. Louis Avenue, and that neighborhood is struggling. The NGA project is coming, but not for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I read about the NGA building, and that could be a good and bad thing for the people
I was
around in
about
that
to say
area.
that because they're gonna try to price some stuff out for the people
Yeah,
in that neighborhood that can't afford it because high paying jobs will be there
right,
and
right.
fair
And
before that project came, you know.
the people that's working there, they ain't gonna want to drive all this St. Charles, so they go make a way to get them
Them
closer
to
to
live
that.
around there, but that's gonna price out
Yeah,
the people who are originally in that neighborhood,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah,
So it's a double-edged sword. It's like it helps the area, it helps with tax revenue base,
yeah,
but the people that been there forever don't get to reap it.
yeah,
Can afford it, you know.
yeah. So that's a good and a bad thing, but I would
Hmm.
like to. That's where I'm from. I was born and raised in North St. Louis, so that I want to see that area prosper as well. I want to see something good come out of that area as well.
I gotcha.
Well, champ, I mean, like Stan said earlier, and for everybody else who's watching right now, thank you for everything that you have done for our community, man, for continuing on putting boxing on the map, and just great, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate
Thank
you
you
guys
for showing
for
the
having
love
me.
to St. Louis and representing us very well. We appreciate it.
Absolutely,
We'll
I
talk back with
appreciate that.
the kids.
I just got we got to keep it going, man, and try to inspire as many kids as I can, and Together we can do a lot of things, man. Together, just coming together, we can do a lot of things. So that's what I hope we can achieve in the future. So we go keep it going.
Okay.
Most definitely.
I'm all for it.
Last thing from Ms. Williams, she said she's hoping that there will be satellite businesses such as food service, gas stations, etc., that will provide entry level jobs. So yeah, definitely.
Yep,
Oh,
I agree with that.
and
From
something
homegrown people, hopefully homegrown.
and something that I meant to
Yes.
ask you earlier too, champ. Who were some of your influences? You know, you were younger and getting up there learning about boxing. Who would you say was some of the fighters that you were influenced by, that you looked up to?
One of them was Pernell Whitaker.
Oh yeah, Sweet
Uh,
Pea. Yeah.
cause he was a southpaw like me, and I used to try to fight like him a little bit. He was always one of the great ones to me. One of the best fighters to watch is Pernell Whitaker. How elusive, how much he can move was one of my favorite.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up. Cool, man. And who would you say right now, outside of yourself, who would you say right
Mm.
now are some of the top fighters still fighting right now in the game?
Some of the top fighters. Oh, you got a lot of good talent nowadays. You got Terrence Crawford, you got Earl Spence, you got Keith Thurman, you got Danny Garcia, you got Sean Porter. You got a lot of good fighters out here. Pacquiao still in the game. Um, so there's a lot of good fights to make. They just gotta be made. You know, a lot of fighters like to cherry pick. You know, they want the big bucks. See, at this level, they want the big bucks, but the the risk, I want it to be low as possible, and that ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Let's see, Miss Williams says people in the neighborhood don't need jobs that require 5 years of training. They need jobs that they can start at immediately. Then maybe train for the better jobs.
But make sure it's jobs enough they can get enough to feed their family. They don't need two or three
Absolutely.
jobs. That's what
Yes.
hurts me. Like you guys, everybody wants to be happy, live peaceful,
Yes.
provide for their family. Why make it to where they get minimum wage, knowing that can't even get you really a bill paid, off a month's salary? Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yep. Well, once again, champ, thank you very much for your time, man. Let's definitely
Yes, sir.
let's definitely stay connected. Get you back on the
Yes,
show.
do not be a stranger.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
got you. I follow you. I follow my man Fred out here, right?
Yeah.
I gotta follow Bunny on Facebook and stuff too.
There we go, man. We appreciate it. Spread the word about the platform Sports Talk Show. If you feel like there's
Yes.
someone need to get their story out, send them my way so we can make it happen for them.
Definitely I will, champ. I got you. I hope you guys continue success. I
Thank
hope you
you.
guys make it to a big platform and kill it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Fred, he's speaking to existence for
There
us.
it
Yes,
is.
indeed.
Yes.
There it
Yes.
is. I love
Yes.
it. Hey man, I appreciate it, and you have you be safe. I know with COVID going on, it's a whole lot you have to protect
Yes.
yourself from. So be safe out there. Bring home a winner for us, and look forward to
My man.
more things
Yes,
from you,
indeed.
man.
Bring home
Yes,
a
indeed. Yeah. Oh snap!
There she go. There she go. Hey,
No,
hey,
hey,
hey, look.
I gotta do your plan like you said. Do the boxing a little bit, or not boxing.
Yes.
So the
See,
workout to get that
see,
way.
you know what?
Yeah.
See, Bunny,
That
Bunny
20,
over there
that 20.
flexing. She over there flexing right now. I'm doing this. She over there flexing right now. I'm like this right now.
I'm just showing how I got a ways to go to get on the champs level. I'm just saying, I got a ways to go.
You
Yeah.
can get it.
All right, man. You have a good
Well,
one.
I
All right,
appreciate
brother.
it. Thanks for having me, my
Nice
man.
champ.
All right.
Yeah, that was an awesome interview, wasn't it?
Awesome with the capital 2. Hey.
Okay. A-Town. Let me stop. So, going back, we were talking about earlier some sports. College basketball, SLU, Missouri got that. Congratulations, being top 25, all three schools. So that's super dope. Baseball. A lot has gone on recently in baseball, especially one guy in particular that I was hoping the Cardinals would have made some kind of move, and they never did.
Ain't made no news.
And that's Francisco.
I'm gonna say I've given up because we're not in the news. They don't want to be in the news for trades of dead people. I'm over it now.
Man, so Francisco Lindor, the shortstop that played previously with the Cleveland Indians, he got traded to the New York Mets. And remember, we talked about this when the Mets, when Steve Cohen took over as the president, the owner. He says he's going to come in and he's going to make a splash. He's not about waiting 5-6 years to get a World Series. He wants to come in and make an imprint right away, and he's done it already by bringing in.
And yet our Cardinals still ain't done even an inch of a move.
Nothing.
Like, who's from the Cubs that they sent to the Padres?
Yu Darvish.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I know they kind of having a fire sale with the Cubs, but damn, you couldn't even think.
And
so
see,
the Cardinals trying
to
prospect their way to them. It's like, give us him and we get some prospects to y'all. Nothing.
And see, that's the issue. That's the problem. And Joe said this a while back, which I hated that she had to say this because it's probably true. But the more that other teams in our division are trading away or not re-signing guys, that limits the Cardinals to have to make a big trade and sign guys because they see everybody else getting weaker. So they're like, oh, well, shoot, we good then. We already, been going to the playoffs these last 2 years without having that, we know we got Paul Goldschmidt, but he's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. But because
he's a guy, not that guy.
But because everybody else is losing pieces, like, for instance, Kyle Schwarber from the Cubs, he just signed with the Nationals for 1 year. So that's another bat we ain't got to worry about. Wilson Contreras, they talking about he might get traded to the Angels. Mm-hmm. Chris Bryant, he might be gone. So the Cardinals are sitting back like, well, guys, I don't think we have to do anything right now because the other
I know
teams...
they can't be that slow. They're not. They're too smart for their own good. And if you're trying to make up revenue when we can start getting fans back in the stands, they want to see quality product on the baseball diamond.
Yeah.
Not just the 1 year out of being out the minors players or the maybe they could do something a couple of years. We didn't gave y'all that, okay, we'll wait a couple of years 2 years ago. Come on.
And as Mr. Williams says, where have you heard that before? Cardinals are very conservative when it comes to trades and acquisitions. I mean, they are so uptight. I mean, they as tight as butt cheeks right now.
My face says how tight they are. I'm just like,
You said Cardinals.
As you keep talking about, that's why I keep looking like this.
Hey, you said Cardinals.
You know
okay.
we love our Cardinals.
It's bedtime. It's bedtime now.
Man, because they going to put us to sleep.
Yeah.
Really, they are. They ain't doing nothing this offseason. I don't want to hear about no damn virtual Cardinals winter warm-up. I want to hear about these acquisitions and trades and signing players. Quality players.
Right.
Not just prospects. We are past the prospect phase. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. We need impact guys that can come in and say, you know what, I got this. Let's go.
Thank you.
We don't have that right now. Like I said, Paul Goldschmidt is a great player. We know that. But he can do even more if he has someone else on. Now, Dylan Carlson, let's see what happens on the full year. We'll see. But you still need another bat to hold things down. So we shall see. And also, rest in peace to one of the greatest managers of all sports, especially right now in baseball, Tommy Lasorda. He passed away a few days ago. Mm-hmm. When you think about the Dodgers, you always think about Tommy Lasorda. As he passed away last month. It's crazy. Last week, because I think he was like in the hospital for like a few months.
Oh, wait, yeah.
And then like a few days after he was gone from the hospital. Then he passed away. So,
That's what I was wondering. It sounds like how people have COVID, what they go through. They be in there for months and get better, and then boom. I wonder if he one of those people that had it or something.
And plus he was pushing like what 90 years old if he wasn't
He
already.
was over 90.
Yeah. So he was there. Other news. What were your thoughts? Because I loved it. I enjoyed every second of it. What were your thoughts, Bunny, and everybody else who's watching right now? What were your thoughts on watching the NFL playoffs on Nickelodeon?
I just saw the highlights because I watched it on regular TV. I watched it on CBS and Fox, but I saw what they did. I mean, the graphics and the little extra. It looked weird to me, but I get it.
Man,
it looked weird. The slime on the helmets, the little background. I get it. It looked weird to me.
I loved it. I was already like trying to sign a petition. Like let's get Nickelodeon to do the Super Bowl because it just be different. You know what I'm saying? And like the commentating was excellent. To have the young I don't know her name, but the young black lady that was on the commentary, she did incredible. Then you had the what's the guy name? What's the little boy name that popped up? Whoever knows his name, just put the comment on there. But like, let's say if it was an offsides, and then he'll pop up right near the ticker, and he'll explain what offsides is, and then he'll leave like a little joke at the end.
Okay.
It was just stuff like that. It was just an overall cool experience to just watch something different, refreshing, and to make the game fun. I thought it was just great. And I think the best part, ironically, was when Nickelodeon caught one of the NFL players saying the F-bomb. He was like, what the
Oh, did they? Oh, that was a good person on the
mic. I thought it was excellent. But, hey, I want Major League Baseball do the same thing. NBA do the same thing. Out
of all the sports, the Major League Baseball is one that needs it to spice it up.
Find ways to make the game
Hockey
fun.
is okay, but baseball needs it a second. That's why I said I get it, how they did the little graphics and stuff, but because you catering to a different audience, switch it up, and you can still build a new fan base from that as well.
Yeah, but
the
big thing
like
is
popcorn and stuff.
Right, and the big thing is it's all about finding ways to make the game more entertaining and fun.
Interesting. And
exactly.
So
bring more kids to the games.
Doing, they got cut short, but they'll be back.
Right. Exactly. So, I believe that is it for our show. Once again, shouts out to the Devon, the great Alexander, for coming on and providing a great interview.
Thank you.
Shouts out to Stan coming through earlier and giving us his thoughts on Harden and the Kyrie and everything else. Oh, and I'm sorry, I did forget something. I want to, as I show to everyone on the screen now, you probably see in a few seconds on your screen, Bunny, but going back to the NFL playoffs, how can you forget about the playoffs? The actual playoffs.
Playoffs? You want to talk about playoffs?
So, on your screen, and like I said, Bunny probably show in the next few seconds, but we have the playoff bracket. As you see, people like to say this is like the best time, the best round is the divisional round. So in the AFC, you have the Chiefs versus the Browns. Who would have thought that the Browns would beat the Steelers? How they did?
I'm not even pounding for that reason. I'm proud because my Seahawks lost. I just said last week they were going to go to the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks is gone. I don't know, infamous team that used to be here. They beat our Seahawks.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Yeah, but the Steelers, though, I thought when it was on that skid towards the end of the season, 4 games, I think they lost. I'm thinking, no, that's a fluke. When it comes to playoffs, game face ready, they at it. And no, they weren't. I don't know what the hell happened. Congratulations to the Browns, because remember we were talking about this last year. Y'all talking about Mayfield and all of that. And I was like, well, OBJ there, you was like, maybe he overrated.
He is.
Hey. Yeah, he didn't have anything to do. Well, I shouldn't say he didn't have anything to do with it.
He did.
He was not the key person to help them get to the end of the playoffs.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield.
The Browns are still for real though.
Yeah,
we got the league on notice. We here. We ready.
Bringing in that the head coach, which he wasn't even available because he had COVID. The head coach of the Browns, he wasn't even there.
They weren't even able to practice for real.
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski. he wasn't even there. He had to be watching like we was at the house. But the Browns still did because he brought a different culture. And that's what they needed.
Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
Hello.
Okay. Different culture. St. Louis Cardinals.
And
I'm not saying anything wrong with Shield, our manager. I'm sorry, we got off subject, but just to let you know, Cardinals, take notes, culture.
Right.
Players, the conservativeness. Yeah, take notes.
That's
it. That was 2020 and before. This is a new year. Go ahead now.
Other game, we had the Bills and the Ravens. The Ravens defeated the Titans last week. Bills defeated the Colts.
Lamar Jackson was running his life off of them touchdowns, baby.
Yeah.
I say, whoo. I said, that's the Lamar that first came to the league. I don't know why the Titans didn't think they didn't have to cover him, but he was gone. I'm talking about 50-yard runs.
Yeah, that game was crucial for him to win, because if he would have lost that game, oh my God, he would have been criticized even worse than he was last year.
But this next game coming up ain't gonna be any easier either, though.
Nope, it would not. But
the expectations is the Ravens to at least go to the AFC Championship.
Yeah,
at least get there.
Yeah, but the biggest thing for him and for his opponent, what is his name? I can't think of his name right now. Quarterback from the Bills.
Titans?
No, the quarterback from the Bills. Hold on. Bills quarterback. Tip of the tongue right now. Oh, Josh Allen. It was big for him to win last week as well, because both of them kind of like, everybody's saying, watch out, these guys are ready, whatever, this is the future. But just getting that one win can start something. But now they got to face off against each other next week. And in the NFC, as you said before, the Rams beat the Seahawks, and they face the Packers coming up, so that should be an interesting game.
Good one. Come on, Aaron Rodgers, show up, show out. We don't like the Rams.
And the Rams, they have the #1 rated defense, so we're going to see how they stop a prolific offense with Aaron Rodgers. And the other game is like the old head game with
Breeze against Brady.
Yes.
B against B.
Saints and Buccaneers, another great game is going to be on the way.
Supposed to be Breeze's last year of playing, supposedly, so,
And it should be the same for Phillip Rivers, and it should be the same for Ben Roethlisberger.
Really? 4 quarterback or 3? Wait, I need to count.
Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Roethlisberger.
Breeze.
Yep.
And Breeze. Okay.
Yep. So it
Brady
should be.
Brady ain't hanging up that helmet, even if they don't win this week. I promise you. He's still like, I got another year. Come on.
Yeah.
He's trying to be the Cal Ripken of football, okay?
I mean, he like what, 43 years old and still doing this thing?
He ain't trying to hang that helmet up. He trying to be the Cal Ripken of football. Watch out, y'all.
And just got an update here that the St. Louis Blues just scored a point. So now it's 1-1 against Colorado.
All right, go! No. That's the soccer one.
I'm about to say, how you gonna bring in soccer with hockey?
Because I love the soccer goal. Nobody's better than that.
Yeah,
that's true. Transfer that over to hockey. I'm telling you.
That's true. And on the screen right now, I'm showing the divisions. Last week I was saying, or 2 weeks ago I was saying, it's like 5 divisions, only 4. North, West, Central, and the East. As you see, the Blues.
Another one just in case.
Right. I was saying like the Midwest, whatever it was. But the Blues are in the West this year, which don't make no sense, but oh well. So as you see on the screen, that's pretty much the whole season until playoffs. You'll be playing within that division the whole season. So you're not going to be playing the Central or the East or the North during the regular season. You're going to be playing just your own division.
The Western Division.
Yeah, so I think the North, because they have lesser teams than everybody else, they play each other 9 times. Everybody else 8 times. Then it's the top 2 teams from each division that goes to the playoffs. And that's when you start playing the other divisions. So
and then in Canada, those teams are only playing each other. They're not coming on U.S. side, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Each division is playing each other. That's it.
If I was a Canadian team, I wouldn't want to come to U.S. anyway. With these rates so high, you blink and you catch COVID. Canada got it under control compared to here. So yeah, I was surprised this year that the Raptors got to play, because you remember the bubble.
The Raptors are playing in Florida.
Oh, that's right. Because the country, Canada wasn't playing.
Yep.
It's like you can't go to U.S. and go back here. No, 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 no. I
Right.
gotta stay in U.S. if you're trying to be under this team. So okay, that's smart.
So Miss Williams said she's a huge Packers fan. She's watched them ever since they won their first Super Bowl.
Okay,
Yep. And then
loyal fan. That's what the NFL likes.
she says it would have made more sense to move Dallas to the west and keep St. Louis in the central if you're looking demographically. Exactly. Like it's like every time they think about realignment or whatever, they always want to put St. Louis on the west coast. We freaking central. But hey, oh well.
Hey,
But
maybe the powers of be need a geography class again. It's been a while. Maybe that's what they need.
yeah, and sorry, she meant geographically. But yeah. So, but good luck to the Blues. It's once again,
LGB.
once
Let's
again,
go Blues.
once again, it's a 1-1 against Colorado. First game of the season, opening night. Let's get it in, Blue. Let's go and get that second ring in what 3 years. Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
What you say, Bunny?
Come on, we represent Lou.
There it is. So we out of here, y'all. Stay tuned to find out who we plan on trying to have next week on the show. Look forward to in 3 more weeks, Ladies Night, part 3. A whole lot coming in store for you. We hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. Let's just be safe, everyone. Have a great rest of y'all week. It's the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your boy Smooth along with
Bunny.
when it's about sports
It becomes our business.
and business just picked up. And everybody, we out, right, we out. Ba-da-da-da-da-ba.